The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Hey, lights on, cameras, lock, let's roll. Racetrack king, out of control. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy live, we bring that style. We race, no break, that's right. John Candy live, keep the finish line bright. Racing on speed, John Candy live.
Robbie Clayborne, man, what's up? You've been the talk of the town. We've been talking about you every time on the podcast and everything, man. You have really done a phenomenal job turning this place around. Like, the track prep has been great, basically, ever since you took the reins over.
And, you know, it's a lot of work, man. Just this week, I have 36 hours just this week. And, you know, I talk to multiple drivers. I'm the guy that goes out there and talks to all the drivers. I get multiple feedback from you know, a lot of them. And they tell me what they want, and I try to produce what they want, because I know if we have a bad track here, they're not going to come back.
Yeah.
And we already had that experience last year. So it's just a lot of work.
Yeah,
and
I could tell it's a bunch of work, because, I mean, when we come here, this place, from you know, end of race on Saturday night to what it is when you come here, I mean, it's brand, you have to rework everything, right?
Yeah, it's, I have so much going against me on this track, because, you know, we're in a water basin. We get all the runoff from up the houses up there, the freeway. We get all that runoff. So not only do we get the rain runoff, water runoff, we're in a basin. The water table here is 4 feet deep. So so the more laps I put on this track, the more it's pumping water out. I've always described this track as a sponge. The more I'm working it, the more it's just pumping. And once you get the race cars on, it's not stopping. It's still pumped. So I got to judge how many laps I put on the track, how much water I put on the track, and pretty much how many laps we're going to be in the night. It's that much.
Is that kind of why, like, this place has always been known for having those crazy, heavy racetracks? And as the night progresses, it gets wetter and it's stickier and tackier. So is that something that somebody kind of found out later? Or because this place used to be just dead fast, hooked up holes and cowboy up.
So everybody knows Santa Maria Speedway as being hooked up, hammered down, wet. Sun goes down, moisture comes up. That's exactly what it is we're racing on a sponge. We got that water table so shallow that, you know, the more you run on it, the more the water's coming up. The NARC race, you know, we got a little bit of rain the week before. And when I was out there packing the cushion at Intermission, you can actually see the water coming out of the ground.
Wow.
It's that bad. So,
wow. I mean, what is your thought process in now getting it to where it's at now? Because now you've got the bottom third is like perfect, and then it starts building character as it goes up. But it's not holy, it's not ruddy. I mean, at the end of the night, you just see where that top layer of clay is starting to go. Yeah. But, I mean, is that just a material issue, or?
No. So, you know, talking to all the drivers, this is pretty much what they want. They don't want the wet stuff anymore. So what I do, I come out here on a Sunday and I blade the cushion down from the week before, let it dry out. Come out here on Monday, rip it open, and let it dry out some more. And then Monday evening, I'll start working the clay back down. So the more laps I'm putting on the track, the harder it's getting, and it's hard for the water to come through. So that's what we have going for us now on the bottom. So, you know, tonight's track is going to run similar to all year, the last 4 or 5 that we've had. It's just this week I packed higher up.
That's what I noticed just walking in. I was like, oh, Robbie's building the slicker part or the more firm part up a little higher.
Yeah, so, you know, I talked to 16 drivers this past week, and believe it or not, all of them said the same thing. They want to be on the wall, ripping the back deck off their car. So that's what they're going to do. I mean, it's going to run similar to all years, but it's going to be a lot more blue than there's going to be brown. So
yeah, I mean, so and in doing that, is it more blade work? Is it more truck work? Is it more less water? There's got to be a recipe, because you got the recipe for the bottom third. You just move it up 5 feet, 10 feet.
I've always done the same amount of water, just because it's kind of hard to grade dust or powder. So a lot of my process is blade it from the berm up and sprinkle some water, and then blade it back down and sprinkle some water. So I'm constantly doing that Monday and Tuesday, just to get a perfect mixture throughout the whole track. And then Wednesday, Thursday, I'm still introducing water to the track, but I'm packing it more now. And then I come out here on race day at 9:30 in the morning, get a load in a water truck, and just pack for about an hour and a half.
Wow. So it's safe to say you're probably going to turn more laps on this racetrack this year than any other driver could even think of.
You know, I've been doing track prep here for, off and on for 12 years. I went 6 years solid, but off and on for about 12 years. And I always joke with my family saying that I put more laps on this track now than anybody else in my family. So we have fun with it.
That's kind of funny too. Is we'll get I'll get in arguments with drivers, or not arguments, but we'll be talking. I'm like, dude, I've been to victory lane more times than you can ever think of. Because I mean, I get to go down there 4 times a night, 5 times a night. It's like I've been victory lane all the time. So, but being a track prep guy, I mean, you have background in racing as well, right? So,
yeah, I started my racing career in 2004 in a mini stock, and I raced mini stocks for a couple of years, and was doing a lot of work. I was doing a lot of traveling for work, so I sold that car, and I was out of racing all the way up until 2018. I got me a sport mod, and matter of fact, that sport mod was my cousin Austin Ruskoff's sport mod. I put it together, and I raced a handful of races in 2018. 2019, I think I raced maybe 35 races. I went everywhere. I was single at the time. I went everywhere, and I even went to it was Colorado, Cortez, Colorado, with the Bakers.
Okay, yeah.
Brian called me one night and said, "Hey, we're gonna go to Cortez." Like, I'm there. Let's go.
Load them up. Let's roll.
Yeah. So my first win in a sport mod was here, and I'm pretty sure I was the one that did the track prep that night. So I got a bunch of text messages. And we're having fun with it, but they were accusing me of knowing what line to race and. Yeah.
Well, I mean, shoot, once you get on the track, I mean, everyone, you see it, you feel it. I mean, doing track prep, even just doing track prep with RC stuff, it's like, that you have no advantage. I mean, you're just out there trying to make the best surface possible for everybody. But, I mean, if you personally like a heavier track, I mean, you could put a little more water on it.
Exactly.
Do stuff like that. But,
make it a little bit more fluffier.
But, I mean, it's the same, still, no matter what, same track for everybody. So you got brand new baby. You've got, a lot of things have changed away from the track. So how has that kind of affected? Do you still want to get back into a car? Do you still, or just right now you're just settling, just trying to anchor your roots here?
I would love to buy me a car, but I don't want any of the drama with it. The late nights in the garage, the mishaps that you have on the track. I'd love to get me a car and drive again, but somebody else can do all the maintenance to it. It got a little tough doing the track and having the baby last year. So I brought in my buddy Logan. And he's a really smart equipment operator, and if you tell him what to do, he was going to do it. I didn't need anybody that wanted to do what they want to do, because I've been here my whole life. I know what the track's going to do. So he came in and helped me. That way I can attend to Mama.
Yep.
And we had the baby in July, and I was still coming out here. It all worked out. So, and Mama's, she's doing good, baby's doing good, older brother's doing good, and here we are.
That's awesome. So you've been coming here your whole life, right? So grew up out here. You guys are generational out here.
Yep.
Clayborne family. So who was the first one that kind of just started up racing?
It was my grandpa Les and his brother Jim. They started out here in '64 when the track opened. And then, over the years, my cousin Dale, he got a car. My dad was big into enduro. And then that's when Randy and Bobby started racing late models, and Joey jumped in, and he took off with it. Joey's the only one. We've been here for, I think we're over 60 years now. Mm-hmm. And Joey is the only one in the Clayborne family that has a track champion.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it took all the way up to 2004.
Wow.
To get, plenty of seconds, won a lot of races. But yeah, he was the only one. And then that's when Austin Ruskoff jumped in, and myself, and my older brother Chris, my cousin Josh. At one year, we had 6 drivers out here for the Clayborne family.
Wow, that's amazing. That's the support. That's just support. I mean, Bakersfield had it. I mean, I just always talk about Bakersfield because I was there for so long.
Yeah.
So you have the Childress family.
Yep.
You've got the Bradshaws. You've got the Pounds. The Irwins. All, but you have the same thing here. Right? You have the Coffees. You have the
Simpkins.
The Simpkins, Clayborns, Justin Crockett. So, I mean, there's just so many big names and so many different families that, that's just, I'm sure it's like that every track around the country. It's probably just, it's just all about families and racing families and just eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. So,
exactly.
So 60 plus years racing here. So what do you think your biggest accolade racing wise was?
I don't know.
That what felt the best? Probably that first win.
Probably my first win. Yeah. That was huge. My first win. It was my second year in the sport mod, and I beat one of the best guys in California. So that felt really good.
Yeah. So when running all the races, all the times, when you're working on the cars, and you see something to the track, are you wanting to go in there and make a bunch of changes to the car, or you just like kind of come with your base setup and just really try to stick with that? Or?
I've always came with my base setup every weekend, and I would make minimal changes, and it helped me. I've seen a lot of guys out here just changing everything, and I made minimal changes, and that's what made me better.
Yeah. Well, it's like you're going through the toolbox at it, and then you're just like, wow, this thing is just even doing even more of the same thing that I didn't want it to do.
Right.
So, wait, what kind of...
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Super Cool. Number 1, 21 cars in the back end of the IMCA Road Sport Mod division. Robbie Clayborne, off-track crew here at San Francisco Speedway. Fastest car, group number 1, Ethan Johnson, 60.684. Chad Weber with a 17.548. Nicholas Johnson, 17.589. 18.094. Nick Cutler and John McKinley with 18.848. That is your first group out for IMCA Motorsport by division. Once again, 21 cars in the back gate. So just 3 divisions here tonight. We've got IMCA Motorsport Mods, Hobby Stocks, and the IMCA Modifieds on the slate. One would be the IMCA Stock Cars, but nobody showed up in the Stock Car division here for the first race of the 2026 season, but no harm, that does not hurt us. We've got a lot of great racing action for you here tonight. Once again, 21 Sport Mods, 14 Hobby Stocks, and 10 Modifieds. We're doing action here at the San Luis Speedway. Subaru of San Luis Obispo night. Also, welcome St. Patrick's Catholic School. In Sunderland. Chad Weber's third quick overall. Rounding out the top 5 in speed. Group number 3 coming out for your IMCA Motorsport Division. Beat Tough Motorcycle Throwdown 68S of Sunny Simpkins is your first car out. She won her very first heat race ever in the division last week. As we're going back-to-back week here at the Santa Maria Speedway, the 62 machine, that is Kate Loftus out of Bakersfield, California. The 14, that is Rich Denman. 99B, that is Paul Brown. X Factor right there, that is Colton Howard. Ethan Johnson standing top spot. Kate Loftus going P2 over Melissa Smith. 15.729. Chad Weber fourth in speed. Rich Denman rounding out that top 5 with 17.548.
Final hot lap session is complete here for the IMCA Motorsport. You can see driver number 14 machine over there, turns 1 and 2. Willie Oathtout, that was your winner last week here at Santa Maria Speedway. So Willie Oathtout going for a little ride over there in turns 1 and 2, but just trying to shake out the cobwebs. Still probably celebrating for the 14 machine, picking up his very first win ever right here at his home track at Santa Maria Speedway. And that'll take us to our hobby stocks. First car out on track, that is Colby Quinton out of Porterville, California in the 4 machine. Beautiful looking hot rod out of Porterville. The number 8, that is Tom Grisnick from Garden Farms, California, the 164. I believe that is Thomas Stevens. The
25 of Brooks Simmental and Corbin Kuma in the 17 entry. And those are your cars out here for session number 1 for your hobby stock division. Tom Grisnick getting a little side shot right there from the 164 machine off turn number 2. Grisnick now coming to the line for lap number 1. We'll get some timing and scoring. Colby Quinton lays down an 18.724. Tom Stevens Sr. with a 19.140. Tom Grisnick with a 19.357. And Brooks Simmental, 19.474. That'll do it for session number 1. Tom Grisnick, multiple-time track champion here at the Santa Maria Speedway, 17.661 his fast lap. Tom Stevens Sr. in the 64 machine, that's the 164 with a 18.430. Colby Quinton with an 18.481. Corbin Kuma with an 18.733. And Brooks Simmental, the lady driver out of Bakersfield, California, fast lap for Simmental with a 19.474. That'll take us to group number 2 for your hobby stock division. Once again, tonight's racing action brought to you by Subaru of San Luis Obispo as the title sponsor of the IMCA night at Santa Maria Speedway. Tom Grisnick has the time to beat with a 17.661. Let's see what we can get here for session at number 2. Last week's winner. Hobby Stock's going back-to-back here tonight as well, as we got one around over there in turn number 2. Was Ricky Childress Jr. That's the driver right there coming off of turn at number 4. Ricky Childress Jr. won the heat race, swept it with a clean sweep last night. Or make it last weekend in that number 16 entry, Diani Racing. Harrison Street Automotive also on the day's fabrication, 16 RCJ for Ricky Childress Jr. See if you can go back-to-back victories here at the Santa Maria Speedway. Coming back to the green flag, no laps scored yet for group number 2. Tom Grisnick, 17.661. Let's see if that'll hold up as they come back to the white flag. That'll do it right there. Checker flag in the air. Ricky Childress Jr. Ho, Grisnick going around turn number 2. Must be a little bit slick over there. Grisnick, a veteran driver. But the fastest car was Tom Grisnick, 17.661. Skylar Charez, P2. Ricky Childress Jr., Tom Stevens, and Colby Quinton rounding out the top 5 in speed for the hobby stock division. So you can see the cars coming down to the red scales down there in the infield. There's a green light and a red light on that system down there to indicate if it is a go, no go. So each and every division has their own set of rules for the weight of their vehicles. So right now it looks like Jesse Bowles at 32 machine. He's going to check his weight on that hot rod to make sure he's A-okay with the Santa Maria scales. It's not what your scales say at home. It's what the scale says right here at the racetrack. These are calibrated high dollar scales, brand new edition of the 2026 season here at Santa Maria Speedway. As you can see, we've got cars on track for your IMCA Modifieds. 21 JT of Justin Crockett down the back straightaway. He's out there with the 22 SF Cole Schlauko out of Pismo Beach, California. The straight up number 2 machine. That's the 2S of Gage Stickler out of Napomo, California. Gage making his debut here in the 2026 season. That beautiful hot rod in the turns 1 and 2. Also out there, the Sandman, Rob Sanders, and Stevenson suspension, West Coast Boring 10 in entry. Doug Haggio in the 46 in, also out there here for session number 1. Right now, quick, Rob Sanders, 16.810, 16.810 for Rob Sanders. The Sandman out of Bakersfield, California. Cole Schlauka, he is second quick, 17.102. Actually, his second lap went a bit quicker with a 16.906. Justin Crockett, Gage Stickler, and Doug Haggio rounding out your top 5. So right now, Rob Sanders, the fastest car at the facility with the 16.810. Second and final group for your IMCA Modifieds. Most recent winner was that 151 Stites Towing Victory Circle Chassis Stevenson Suspension Machine 4. Tyler Bannister looking for a second win of the season. American Well and Safety number 51G, G-Money, Gavin Manning out here for session number 2. Cody Burke, the 20. The 22 of Robert Marsh from Salinas, California. And 15F of Marcus Frazier. Got the 1-2 punch of the brothers here tonight. Marcus Frazier and Matthew Frazier in the IMCA Northern Sport Mod Division. Both great looking hot rods out of right here at the Central Coast. They officially call Santa Maria, California home. On your screen right there, that is Robert Marsh. Robert Marsh was your 2025 IMCA Modified Champion here at the Santa Maria Speedway. Looking for his first win on the season. No surprise here, ladies and gents. The 151, Tyler Bannister, wins hot laps. He goes 16.721. Putting Rob Sanders down to P2, 16.810. Coach Lauco, Marcus Frazier, Gavin Manning, rounding out the top 5 in speed. So just like that, all the way through our hot lap sessions here at Santa Maria Speedway. So now is that perfect opportunity to get up here and get yourself some Santa Maria Speedway swag. Get you a nice tri-tip sandwich courtesy of Mama's Barbecue, and get all of your other stuff like the sodas, the hot dogs, the hamburgers, all the things right underneath the announcer's booth here at the Santa Maria Speedway. Our opening ceremonies are set to be right at 5:55, so about a 30-minute intermission here as we get in to our stuff later here in the evening. I'm just being pointed out by a couple of things. Make sure you check us out on YouTube, on Facebook at Santa Maria Speedway and John Candy Live as we bring all the action to you live and free here in the 2026 season. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are not familiar with the Santa Maria Speedway, you see all that hustle and bustle that's going on right behind the scoreboard there in turns 3 and 4. That is the Santa Maria Speedway fan experience, and that is open to each and every one of you with the purchase of your ticket. So that is not VIP. You're more than welcome to go check all that out over there. This is the perfect opportunity to go over there as before we get into our opening ceremonies and our program here tonight. So you can check it out. They got a bar, they've got beer and wine, they got beverages, and they've got nice seating, and that'll put you right next to the cars in staging if that's where you choose to be, to check them out before they hit the track. So the fan experience is for each and every one of you here in attendance.
Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Woo. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live. Yeah. JCL, let's go. JCL in control. JCL in control. John Candy Live.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Woo. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live. Yeah. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Woo. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live. Yeah.
Engine's quiet, but the night ain't done. Yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, engine's quiet. Yeah, engine's quiet, but the night ain't done. Dust still hanging from the last run. Lights still glow on this dirt and steel. You can feel it coming, yeah, it's real. Take a breath, but don't go far. This is racing under California stars. Santa Maria, hear that sound? We're just getting ready for the next round. This is where the horsepower lives, where the throttle roars and the driver gives everything they got, every inch, every lap, no looking back. Just for the tech. Santa Maria, light it up tonight, side by side under those Friday lights. From the green to the checkered flag, this is dirt track racing. Fast and bad. Fast and bad. From the tires to the fuel to the steel in the frame, it takes a crew and a name behind every name. Local shops, hometown pride, keeping these machines alive. From the pits to the stands, they're It's racing. Brought to you by Fire It Up! Woo! Fire it up, we're coming back strong. Engine scream won't be long. Next green flag, next showdown. Santa Maria, shut it down. Dirt flies high, champions rise. You're watching greatness under these skies. So don't blink now, don't miss the laugh. We're coming back. Get ready for that. Stay tuned. Stay loud. We'll be right back. Woo! Woo!
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yo, John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yo, fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yo, John Candy Live. Yeah. JCL, let's go. JCL in control. JCL in control. John Candy Live.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yo, John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yo, fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yo, John Candy Live. Yeah. JCL, let's go. JCL in control. JCL in control. John Candy Live. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yo, John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yo, fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yo, John Candy Live. Yeah. JCL, let's go. JCL in control. JCL in control. John Candy Live.
The engine's quiet, but the night ain't done. scene's alive. From the pits to the stands, they're part of the show. Every lap you see, they help it go. So take a look, yeah, you know the deal. These are the names that make it real. This is where the horsepower lives, where the throttle roars and the driver gives everything they got, every inch, every lap, no looking back. Just for Santa Maria. Light it up tonight, side by side under those Friday lights. Feel the ground shake, hear the crowd. This is racing, fast and loud, fast and loud. Roll it back, take it in. Every logo tells a story. Every sponsor feels the glory. Tonight's racing, brought to you by Fire It Up. Woo! Fire it up, we're coming back strong. Engine scream, won't be long. Next green flag, next showdown. Santa Maria, shut it down. Dirt flies high, champions rise. You're watching greatness under these skies. So don't blink now, don't miss a lap. We're coming back. Get ready for that.
What's up, everybody? We're right here at Santa Maria Speedway. Once again, we got the young gun Landon King. Dude, you're coming off of your first season. This is season number 2 in your hometown track. You ready for 2026 here at Santa Maria Speedway?
Yes.
Oh, come on. We said we're going to get a little more out of you with your yes and this and that. Dude. Loosen it up. It's just a camera, bro. It's just a camera. So talk about last season. You was fantastic, right? You had one win on the season. Did it come here?
Yeah, they came here when I was 14 years old.
So 14. So you're 15 years old.
Yeah.
This year. Do you go to school here? So you're out of Santa Maria?
AG.
AG, so Arroyo Grande.
Yeah.
So you got to come from a long line of racing. So your dad raced pro stock, right?
Yeah.
And so what has kind of your history been in racing so far?
I was in mini drawers here, and then I moved up to outlaw carts, and then now I'm back in big cars here.
So what do you think has been the most difficult thing that you've driven so far? The dwarf car? Was it the outlaw carts?
The outlaw carts.
Is it because those things are so like brutal, right? There's no power steering. There's nothing. You really got to manhandle it. So what's the difference between that and like the sport mod?
They're faster and harder to drive than the sport mod.
So you think? Oh, I think so too. I mean, maybe not top speed, just but how twitchy and how responsive they are. So what do you take? Can you take anything from that to the sport mod, or is it completely different things?
Completely different.
So what do you? I mean, you've already had some success in this thing. I think the first time we talked at Bakersfield Speedway, one of your first times there, you were in the top 3, and those guys are all like killers in the sport mod division. So I mean, you kind of really took to like a duck to water. So what did translate to jumping right into this and like having some success right away?
We got a new car this year, so it's really helping me out.
Oh, so this is a new piece?
Yeah.
So what are you driving this year?
The Evo 2024.
So the 2024 Evo, is this plates with Clay Daly?
Yeah.
Awesome. So Clay Daly's always been fantastic. He's got a fantastic program. So is he kind of hands on with you, like set up stuff and everything?
Yeah. When he's at the track, he can't help.
So is he? I mean, sure, he's just a phone call away, right? If you need something.
Yeah.
And I know, I think Ryan Smith, Ryan's here as well, and they run Evo stuff. So I mean, I'm sure if you needed anything, you could get a hold of Ryan next level. So who do you think is going to be your biggest competition now? I mean, Tyler Bannister dominated sport mods for so long. So who do you think is going to be the #1 contender for sport mods here?
Probably Jason Bannister or Chris Smith.
Chris Smith or Jason Bannister. So what do you? If you had to run with them side by side, you feel intimidated by them or anything, or they're just another driver out there?
This is basically another driver.
That's what I mean, because I don't know if you've seen that post going around with the young Jeff Gordon out there with this conversation on sprint car racing. Same thing. I think he was 13, 14 years old out there running with these old veteran sprint car drivers. And that was one of the questions they asked. They were like, are you intimidated by this? And nah, man, they're just another driver. And because you have the skills. So it's not like they're out there messing with the young kid that doesn't know what they're doing, right? Mm-hmm. So you're doing a fantastic job so far, man. And hopefully we can see this piece in victory lane right off the bat. So do you think that's something that might be in the cards?
I don't know. Last night we blew up in Tulare, so we'll have to see what this motor does.
Oh, so you guys ran Tulare. How did you guys do? You guys run pretty good in the heat?
No, we were running like fifth, and then we started fading away because we lost oil pressure. So.
Oh, so it kind of went south in the heat. So, oh man, that was pretty tough tow for you. But you guys turned it around. So this is the second coater you guys had.
Yep.
So you guys check all the bolts. Check out. It's got oil in it, right?
Yeah.
You guys got it all fired up. Everything seems to be good at the house. So fingers crossed, bro. Fingers crossed. So who do you got to thank on this things before we cut on out of here?
Such a Ghost Playground. My mom, my dad, Johnny, King Concrete, Rogan Radio, Coast Plumbing, Finish Line, Justin Crockett, Next Level, and Eva, and Gear Body Shop.
There it is right there, man. Landon King, thanks so much, man. We're going to get this on the broadcast here tonight. Make sure you tell everybody, all your friends, everything's going to be live for free tonight. John Candy Live, Santa Maria Speedway YouTube pages. Tell them all like, comment, subscribe, and check you out.
All right, thank you.
Right on, brother. Cool.
Let's race now.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to points race number 5 here at the Santa Maria Speedway, the 2026 season indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, may you all please rise for tonight's invocation. Lord, today we honor the heroes who gave everything for our freedom. We remember the loss felt in the racing community with the passing of Kyle Busch. Please watch over our racers, crews, fans, and families tonight here at the Santa Maria Speedway and keep everyone safe. Amen. And now for the singing of our national anthem performed by Scarlet Rain.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and against red glare the bombs bursting through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Scarlet Reigns. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get all our racing action here done tonight, you can see we are flagging our flag at half staff in honor of Kyle Busch. Ladies and gentlemen, may you all join me in a moment of silence in remembrance of Kyle Busch. Thank you so much, Rowdy. This one's for you.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, to another great night of dirt track racing action here at the Santa Maria Speedway. Our first cars out on track. You can see them in staging right there in turn number 4 as they make their way to the track. It will be a heat race number 1 of 3 for your IMCA Northern Sport Mod Division. We got modifieds, we've got hobby stocks, and we've got IMCA Northern Sport Mods. Sport Mods will be the first cars out on track as you can see them. As we start to rack them and stack them up, let's get to our lineup. Starting on the point from Pismo Beach, California, the 43K machine, the young gun, the young driver. That is a Landon King, and to his outside, she picked up her very first heat race win ever last week right here at the Santa Maria Speedway. That is the Simpkins number 68S. That is Sonny Simpkins. Inside of row number 2 from Atascadero, California, the 30H machine of Orion Messina. And to his outside, last week's winner, that of San Luis Obispo, the 14W of Willie Othout. Inside of row number 3, that's the 28P out of Bakersfield, California, the Razor chassis machine, that is John Piker. And to his outside, in the McKinley door and window number 70 is John McKinley. In row number 4, all by his lonesome, the Gills Transmission Victory Circle Chassis 1 in of Nicholas Johnson will be your 7th and final car, going 8 laps for heat race number 1. It's that time. Nudge your neighbor, make that friendly wager who's going to pick up the first heat race win of Points Series race number 5 here at Santa Maria Speedway. Will it be the young front row? Will it be Landon King or Sonny Simpkins? Will it be Nicholas Johnson all the way from the back of the field? 8 laps is the distance as we come to the green off of turn number 4. Green flags in the air. Three wide off a turn number 2 early. John Piker on the bottom side of Ryan Messina right through the middle. Willie Othout on the outside. Coming around leading lap number 1. Brand new piece underneath the hood. Landon King and the 43K. Sonny Simpkins sitting P2. Willie Othout. 3 wide once again coming off a turn number 2. Right through the middle is Orion Messina. At the bottom side is John Piker. But Willie Othout able to keep that momentum rolling around the outside. Taking a peek off a turn at number 4. Out front, Landon King, the young driver out of Pismo Beach, California. Looking for a heat race win. Last week had some unfortunate motor issues. He blew one up at Tulare on Friday. He blows one up here on Saturday. Just got word he got a brand new piece underneath the hood for the 43K of Landon King. Looking for a heat race win to pay it all off. As we'll be halfway there next time by. John Piker now floats up the hill. Contact made with the 14 of Othout. John Piker and Willie Othout. Willie Othout rips around that outside And he'll stay in that position, but here comes Nicholas Johnson. Nicholas Johnson down to the bottom side in turns 1 and 2, going right around that bottom. Can he keep it rolling? But Othout's going to keep the momentum, almost ripping the fence down that back straightaway. Nice and patient around the bottom for the 1 in for Nicholas Johnson. Problems for John McKinley in the 70. He flips it around. Can he keep it going? He's trying to keep it rolling. If it doesn't stall, we'll stay green. Green flag will stay out for heat race number 1. 3 to go. Make it 2. Landon King. Nice and smooth in the 43 as he works off of turn at number 2 down that back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. King now jumps the cushion just a bit coming off a turn at number 4. White flag in the air one more time around. Landon King working off a turn at number 2 down that back straighter for the final time into turns 3 and 4. Sail key smooth for the young gun out of the AG. Coming to the checkered flag. Landon King picks up the heat race win. Second goes to Sonny Simpkins, Nicholas Johnson, John Piker, and Willie Othout rounding out your top 5. Picking up the heat race win. What a turn of events. A tale of 7 days right there for the 43K of Landon King. Once again, he blew one up in Tulare on a Friday last week. Comes here, had motor issues on Saturday. Unable to compete. Puts a brand new motor underneath the hood for the 43K machine, and on Subaru of San Luis Obispo night, picks up the heat race win. We would also like to welcome the St. Patrick Catholic School out of the AG for hosting their annual Mothers and Sons event here tonight, as well as Subaru of San Luis Obispo for tonight's title sponsor as we get into heat race number 2. Paul Brown, the 99B machine. He'll be on the point here for heat race number 2. He was outside in the 11. That is Ethan Johnson. Alyssa Smith out of Norco, California, finished on the tech pad just a week ago in the 31A machine. She's on the inside of row number 2. And to her outside, from a Tascadero, the 30C of Donnie Hampel. Inside of row number 3, that is Nick Kaufman. Driving the C50, making his debut of the 2026 season here at the Santa Maria Speedway. And to his outside, another newcomer. Also out of Bakersfield, the 62, a Tate Loftus. In row number 4, all by his lonesome out of Chula Vista, California. That is a 68 machine of Santiago Lopez. And once again, 7 cars going 8 laps here for heat race number 2. Nice tight formation as it comes to the cone off a turn in number 4. Paul Brown, the Victory Circle Chassis 99V, comes to the green. Couple of victory circles starting on the front row. Paul Brown now slides up in front of Ethan Johnson. But here comes Alyssa Smith working off the bottom side of the SNS Sports Towns Fabrication 31A machine. She goes right through the middle here into turns 3 and 4. But the advantage is going to go to the 99B just by a nose. Paul Brown, Alyssa Smith, now Ethan Johnson trying to work the bottom side. 3 distinct groups of racing here at the Santa Maria Speedway. We had a talk with Robbie Clayborne earlier. He said he worked that tight racetrack a little higher up the racing surface. It looks like it is at a premium right now here in heat race number 2. Through the field, now you see the C50 of Nick Kaufman battling with Chula Vista Santiago Lopez for the final spot. Alyssa Smith, hard contact into turn 3 and 4. Alyssa wrinkled up the rear end. You can see the left rear quarter panel and decking all put into the 31A machine. I believe that's from the contact from the 62. He had nowhere to go when Alyssa Smith made contact with the outside retaining wall in 3 and 4. But out front, it's still the 99P of Paul Brown. Ethan Johnson, now Tate Loftus. You can see the right door of the 62 machine. You'll see it as he comes around here to turns 3 and 4. All kinds of damage for Tate Loftus trying to hold on as we're just past the halfway point. 3 laps left to go. A lot of damage on the decking and the right door for the 62 at Tate Loftus, but no effect on the car handling as he is motoring away from the 31A of Alyssa Smith. Now she's got the C50 of Nick Kaufman all over the backside as they battle into turns 3 and 4. Paul Brown still out front, looking fantastic. Paul Brown and Ethan Johnson working the top and bottom side of the racing surface. White flag in the air one more time around. Best battle on the track was for that top spot, but Ethan missing his marks into turns 1 and 2. That's going to give the advantage to Paul Brown. Paul Brown, nice and smooth here in turns 3 and 4, but here comes Ethan Johnson on the bottom side. Who's going to be at the line? Paul Brown. Ethan Johnson comes home second. Third's going to go to the 62 of Tate Loftus. Nick Kaufman, Santiago Lopez, and the 30C of Donnie Hampel. Oh, you can see that damage right there for the 62 of Tate Loftus. Oh, you can't quite see it because it's not coming around. But he's going to have some cosmetic work to be done on that 62 machine, Golden Empire Towing. Seeing our graphics entry, and here comes our third and final heat race, the IMCA Northern Sport Mod Division. Heat race number 3, the third and final heat race. 7 cars once again. That's right, 21 cars through the back gate for the IMCA Northern Sport Mod Division. Beautiful Santa Maria Speedway. Always a pleasure to be here calling the 1s and 2s. Chad Weber on point here for heat race number 1. That is the Main Electric 37. To his outside out of Paso Robles, California, that is Rich Didman driving the 14 to his inside of row number 2, the specialty glass 15F of Matthew Frazier. And to his outside, the Skinny's Automotive number 250, that is Chris Smith. In row number 3 on the inside of Victory Circle Chassis 51 Stites Towing, entry of Jason Bannister to his outside out of Garden Grove, California, the 29T of Talon Mulvey. Colby Ward in the X Factor machine will start scratch on the field as a later arrival as we come to the green flag here off of turn number 4. The big brand tire number 37. Here comes Chad Weber. Chad Weber goes right down to the bottom side into turns 1 and 2. Kind of floats up off the hill right in front of Denman. Denman has the momentum going into turn number 3. Chad Weber drifting it off of turn number 4, but going lap number 1. It's going to be the Denman 14. Looks like some problems for the 250, Chris Smith. He's going to pull it down to the infield. Here comes the 51, Jason Bannister. Bannister in the Tomcat Racing 51 entry, trying to run down the 14 of Rich Tinman. Bannister able to work that bottom side, keep that car rotated and moving, do a little short slide here in turns 3 and 4 right up in front of Denman. He'll take that spot away. He'll take the lead here with 5 to go. Good battle going on right there in the top spot. 4 now, but Jason Bannister able to stretch his legs just a little bit. Trying to get past. Now he's got 2 cars between himself and Denman. He's got about 3 back to the 15F of Frazier. Then you pick up Chad Weber, Talon Mulvey, and Colby Ward rounding out the field. Working off a turn at number 4, Jason Bannister. Did not compete last week, but is here with his son, Tyler Bannister. We'll see him later in the evening, but right now he's got about half a straightaway lead over Rich Tinman as we've got 2 to go. 2 distinct grooves of racing here at the Santa Maria Speedway early. The bottom side looks like Jason Bannister's preferring that over there to turns 1 and 2, but working that top side here in 3 and 4, keeping the momentum up as we come to the white flag one more time around. Bannister off a turn at number 2 for the final time. He's working that low line in 1 and 2, goes right up to the top shelf here in 3 and 4. Denman will follow. No challenge for the top spot. Give it to Jason Bannister. Rich Denman comes home in the number 2 spot. Matthew Frazier comes home 3rd. 4th will go to Chad Weber. Talon Mulvey rounds out your top 5. And 6th will go to Colby Ward in the X. So there he is right there. Jason Bannister picking up the heat race win. That will do it for your IMCA Northern Sport Mod Division. There will be no redraw for appeal because it is IMCA point earned average here tonight. And that'll take us to Hobby Stock Heat Race number 1. Hobby Stocks tonight brought to you by Twin Landscaping, Steve's ATV Equipment Chair, Spencer's Fresh Markets, Aero Plumbing, API Waste Services, and J.R. Bartow. As we get ready for heat race number 1. Lineup looks like this. Ryan Barnes out of Bakersfield, California. In the Sling and Dirt number 79 machine, he'll be on the inside of the front row and to his outside, he calls Atascadero home. That is the 8X of Skylar Charez. Inside of row number 2, the Terry Henry's race number 25B for Brooke Simmental. And to her outside, out of Bakersfield, the 31S of Spencer Vasquez. Inside of row number 3, that is Tom Grisnick out of Garden Farms, California. To the outside, first time here to the Santa Maria Speedway, the 32 of Jesse Bowles. The 751 of Chris Comp Sr. out of Napomo, California is on the lineup roster, but I do not see him out there. Looks like we got 6 cars with the lights going out. But we're going green next time off of turn at number 4. Ryan Barnes, Skylar Charez, Brooke Simmental, Spencer Vasquez, Tom Grisnick, and Jesse Bowles. Tonight is Subaru of San Luis Obispo night here at the Santa Maria Speedway. It's Hobby Stock Racing in action. Catch it all live on John Kennedy Live and on Santa Maria Speedway YouTube pages and on Facebook as we rock and roll. Skylar Charez getting a little bit tight, floats up the hill. Hang on to it, Brooke Simmental. Brooke sends it around to turn number 2. She's able to refire that machine and keep it rolling down that back straightaway. We stay green. Lead in lap number 1. Tom Grisnick, Skylar Charez, sister cars, 1 and 2. Spencer Vasquez, Ryan Barnes, and Jesse Bowles rounding out that top 5. Right now, it looks like the preferred line right around the bottom side for Tom Grisnick. Has that 8 machine set up to run the bottom as he goes right back down there here to turns 1 and 2. Skylar Charez sitting P2. The best battle on the track is for third. Spencer Vasquez, brand new body and a new scheme for the 31A machine for Spencer Vasquez. Last time out, that had the 12 on it. The James E. Goff old machine. As the caution flag is out, I don't quite see. So the caution is out. Waiting for the call from timing and scoring. So it looks like the lineup is good. Tom Grisnick, multiple-time track champion here at the Santa Maria Speedway. Out front, the sister car. I mean, that is 2 of 2 right there. Matching cars, slap an X on it. You got Skylar Charez. Spencer Vasquez, once again, has his brand new look on that 31S machine. Sitting P3. Then you got Ryan Barnes and Jesse Bowles. So, lights are out. We're going green off of turn number 4. Well, the 25B, Brooke Simmental, that was your cause of the caution. That's why you see her down there in the infield in turns 3 and 4. So, 1 and done here at the Santa Maria Speedway in the heat races as we come back to the green flag. 3 laps down, 5 laps remaining here in heat race number 1. Grisnick and Charez, 1 and 2, floating up the hill. Barnes with a big shove of the nose. Falls down to the number 5 spot, but out front. Here comes that 31S now, Spencer Vasquez. Trying to put that Gills transmission, McKinley door and window entry up into the mix with the 2 sister cars. Charez, big shove of the nose as well. Floating up right underneath the Twins landscaping sign down that back straightaway. Grisnick, Vasquez, Charez, and Jesse Bowles rounding out that top 4. Right now the advantage for Grisnick, 1.944 seconds. Skylar Charez He's back by 2.5 seconds. It's about a 1 second difference between the 31S machine and the 8X. No real contest out on the Speedway as of right now, as Ryan Barnes pulls down to the infield as we come to the white flag one more time around. Grisnick, silky smooth in that 8. Working off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3. As we got Jesse Bowles spins it out here on the bottom side of turn number 4. Caution flag will fly. So one and done for Jesse Bowles. He will not be able to finish this heat race. As we have 1 lap remaining, it'll be a 3-car shootout. The meat in the sandwich. That is the 31S machine of Spencer Vasquez, a young gun out of Bakersfield, California. Brand new build, a brand new car to him here in 2026. Coming to the green right here off a turn at number 4. A hard look from Jason, our flagman. Green and white together. 1 lap left to go. That's some handy flag work right there. Jason Vance, the flagman at Santa Maria Speedway, as Grisnick pulling Vasquez down that back straightaway. 3-car advantage as they come into turns 3 and 4. That'll do it. Grisnick picks up the heat race win. Spencer Vasquez and Skylar Charez. That'll round out the top 3. Officially scored in 4th is Jesse Bowles and Ryan Barnes rounding out the top 5, and that's how they will finish for heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 for the Hobby Stock Division, brought to you by Cullen Landscaping, Brand Creative West, Rugged Radios, City of Santa Maria, Regional Transit, Birchfold Equipment, Splash and Dash Car Wash. The lineup looks like this. Cole Schlauko out of Pismo Beach. Make it Aaron Bruce out of Grover Beach, California. The 18A machine on point to the outside out of Ventura. The 805 of Tom Stevens. Inside of row number 2, the 4 of Colby Quinton. And to the outside out of Napomo, the 17K of Corbin Kuma. Inside of row number 3, a Levi Bargett out of Atascadero in the 43 machine. Into his outside, last week's winner. In the 16, it's Ricky Childress Jr. Row number 4, all by his lonesome. That'll be the 64 of Tom Stevens Sr. Officially the 164 Cowgirl Cafe machine, and that will be your lineup here for heat race number 2. So we got a couple of heavy hitters in this one. Tom Stevens Sr. And that 164, that was the old 44. Real deal Rick Childress. Hobby stock. Ricky Childress Jr., our most recent winner just 7 days ago. He's outside of row number 2. He's going to be one to watch for sure. He likes the heavy tracks, but he can also wheel it really well. And slick stuff. It's nice, beautiful racing surface once again. It's produced great racing on the bottom, middle, and top side of the 1/3 clay oval here at Santa Maria Speedway. Once again, tonight brought to you by Subaru of San Luis Obispo as we come to the green in heat race number 2. Ricky Childress Jr. already working that outside, trying to get by Colby Quinton. Quinton right through the middle, turns 1 and 2. Keeps it on the bottom side. That car's nice and straight for Colby Quinton, but here comes, contact. Shot in the shorts from Ricky Childress Jr. Squared up the 4 of Colby Quinton. Around goes Tom Stevens Sr. in turn number 2. Coming off a turn at number 4, caution flag will fly. Caution flag will fly for the 164 Tom Stevens Sr. So big shot in the shorts right there from Ricky Childress Jr. squared up the 4 of Colby Quinton down that front straightaway. He had a big momentum run there on lap number 1. You can see the big speed difference if you run the top side or if you run around that bottom side. The bottom side is a shorter way around, but if you can keep the momentum up around the outside, if that lane is available, it's tough to compete with. But that's the beauty of it. So lights are out. We're coming to the green off of turn number 4. We got 1 lap scored in the books. Coming back to the green flag, Colby Quinton, Ricky Childress Jr., Aaron Bruce, Levi Burgett's. Childress once again going around outside. Let the momentum run. Colby Quinton gets a little bit sideways this time, but Ricky Childress Jr., he's going to take that and run away with it down that front straightaway. Childress now ripping the lip off a turn at number 2. Side by side, drag racing at turn number 3. Throwing it in deep, the 16 RCJ Ricky Childress Jr. Childress and Quinton still. Colby Quinton still right there in the 4. Keeping Ricky Childress Jr. honest in the Holders Heating and Air Conditioning Harrison Street automotive number 16. McDivitt 4Q of Colby Quinton still sit P2. He's only back by 0.5 seconds. And you pick up Aaron Bruce and Levi Burgett. Great battle for that top spot. You can hear the RPM difference from Ricky Childress Jr. and Colby Quinton. High up in the revs is a 16 machine as he goes all the way around the outside, but able to keep the momentum rolling. And kind of working that throttle around the bottom side is the 4 of Colby Quinton. Both great looking hot rods. One out of Porterville, California, one out of Bakersfield. As we come to the white flag, this time in turn number 4. White flag in the air one more time around for heat race number 2 for your hobby stock division here at Santa Maria Speedway. Rugged Radio, City of Santa Maria Regional Transit, Birch Hold Equipment. Heat race number 2 will go to Ricky Childress Jr. Colby Quinton comes home second. Aaron Bruce, Levi Burgett. And that's how they'll finish here for heat race number 2. And we've got a redraw for your hobby stocks. I've got it in hand. Is someone going to be happy or someone going to be upset? Last time I drew a 6 for the hobby stocks. Tonight, it's a 4. 4-car invert for your A main event for your hobby stocks here on back-to-back weekends. Just like that, we are ready for our final division of the night. This is going to be your IMCA Modifieds, brought to you by Toast Construction, All-American Drilling, Phelan Construction, Gold Coast Toyota Dealers, Toyota of Santa Maria, CJ's Cafe, and King's Concrete Construction as they make their way to the racing surface. Heat race number 1 will look like this. It'll be the Sandman Rob Sanders, the Stevenson Suspension West Coast Boring number 10 in machine. On the point out of Bakersfield, California, to his outside from Prunedale, the 46 in of Doug Haggio. Inside of row number 2, the Santa Maria Speedway 2025 track champion. In the Marsh Racing number 22, it's Robert Marsh. To his outside, he hails out of Santa Maria, California, the Specialty Glass 15F Victory Circle chassis. That is Marcus Frazier. And in row number 3, all by his lonesome out of Napomo, California. That is a beautiful 2S machine of Gage Stickler. Sanders, Haggio, Marsh, Frazier, and Stickler coming to the green side by side off of turn number 4. IMCA Modified Heat Race number 1. Marsh sends it in a little too deep into turns 1 and 2. Can he get it refired? He is trying to do so. Looks like we will stay green. Coming to the line off a turn at number 4. It's going to be Rob Sanders. Mud flying off the right front for the 10 in the Sandman. Now Marcus Fraser, the 15F, sliding up in front of Haggio in the 46 machine. Sanders looking mighty fine in that Stevenson suspension, number 10S. Haggio now in the 46 machine, taking a peek to the inside of Fraser. Haggio working the bottom side, Marcus Fraser working that outside, but out front it is all Rob Sanders. Rob Sanders out of Bakersfield, California, the West Coast Boring 10 in. Looking for a heat race win here tonight. At the line, we'll be halfway there. On your screen, you see Marcus Fraser, the 15F, and Doug Haggio. Best battle on the racing surface. Rob Sanders, you don't see that very often. Up there trying the top side in turns 1 and 2. Rob Sanders is known to run the bottom side of the racing surface, but is able to keep that right rear floated up onto the good stuff, working off a turn number 4. 3 to go. Rob Sanders looks like he's able to put that 10 in anywhere he wants it and able to maintain speed. That time worked right through the middle of turns 1 and 2. Kind of diamond the corner, went down to the bottom side, searching for moisture. As looks like he's going to try that same line here. Almost diamonds the corner. Floats up off a turn number 2 down that back straightaway into turns 3 and 4 for our second to last time as we're coming to the white flag. This time by for Rob Sanders. Fraser goes around in turn at number 3 and 4. Caution is out, caution is out. We've got Fraser and Stickler coming to a halt over there into turns 3 and 4. So that will erase a 4.8 second advantage for Rob Sanders. It'll be a green and white checkered finish. So Robert Marsh, that is going to be his opportunity to gain some ground as he went around in lap number 1. So if you're kind of wondering at home, why did he not just stop and bring out the caution and maybe tag the back of the field and try it again? It's one and done at the heat races here at the Santa Maria Speedway. So that is the rule. So you do not want to bring out a caution. It's not like the main event. The main event, it is a 2-spin rule. So if you spin in the main event, you'll have the opportunity to tag the back of the field. But if you do it again, bring out a second caution, you will be done for that event as we come back to the green flag. Sanders and Haggio. Robert Marsh goes right down to the bottom side. He'll click off Stickler and set his sights on Haggio. White flag at the line one more time around. Rob Sanders finds his way up to that top spot, but here comes Robert Marsh, your 2025 IMCA Modified Track Champion. But he is going to run out of time and not have the speed to run down the 10 in of the Sandman. Rob Sanders, he'll pick up the heat race win. Robert Marsh comes home second. Third to go to Doug Haggio and Gage Stickler. Rounding out the top 4. Officially, Marcus Fraser will finish 5th. That'll take us to our second and final heat race for the IMCA Modified. This is the final race of our heat races. Then we'll get into our intermission and flip it right back around for Subaru of San Luis Obispo night here at the Santa Maria Speedway. And once again, big time shout out to St. Patrick's Catholic School for hosting their annual Mothers and Sons event here in 2026 at the Santa Maria Speedway. Great way to spend an evening with the Mothers and Sons of St. Patrick's Catholic School. Coach Schlauko out of Pismo Beach, California. In the 22S machine, he'll be on the point here for heat race number 1. And he was outside from Salinas, California. That is the 20 of Cody Burke. Inside of row number 2, the brand creative 21JT of Justin Crockett out of Arroyo Grande, to his outside our most recent winner, the 151 of Tyler Bannister. In row number 3, all by his lonesome, it's American Well and Safety 51G Victory Circle chassis for Gavin Manning, and that'll be your 5 cars, going 8 laps for heat race number 2. Here's a nice tight formation. Cole Schlauko, Cody Burke, Justin Crockett, Tyler Bannister, and Gavin Manning. Green flags in the air. The Rugged Radio's number 22. Cole Schlauko leads him in turns 1 and 2, but here comes Cody Burke working off the bottom side. They go side by side, door to door into turn number 3. Burke down there working the bottom side. Now here comes the 151 of Tyler Bannister. Bannister now he elects to go to the bottom side here into turns 1 and 2. He gets to the door of Cody Burke, but runs out of room. And let's see if he goes back to the top side. He'll do so here into 3 and 4. Schlauko ripping the lip. He's going to have the advantage off of turn number 4. He's going to bring the 151 now. Bannister taking a peek right through the middle. Can he get it to stick? They're 3 wide off of turn number 2. Great battle here for heat race number 2. Cole Schlauko out front. Here comes Bannister. He might have the fastest car, but he's got to work around these two. As Cody Burke's down on the bottom side, here comes the move from Bannister. Bannister crossing down to the bottom side right in front of Cody Burke now, working off a 2 down that back straightaway, side by side, door to door with Schlauko. Slider serve. Schlauko jumps the cushion. Bannister leaving the room for Schlauko. The sides towing Victory Circle chassis, Stevenson suspension Victory Circle chassis, doing a fantastic job working off of turn number 2 for the 151 of Tyler Bannister. Bannister, the Tomcat Racing. Schlauko hops the cushion once again in turns 3 and 4. Now a healthy lead with 3 to go for Tyler Bannister. Tyler down to the bottom side. Here comes Gavin Manning. Now he's going to follow in his Victory Circle, now working side by side with Schlauko. Gavin Manning, he's going to try to pull the slider. Can't clear the 22 of Schlauko. And 2 to go. Best battle on the track. You can see it on your screen right there, side by side. Coming off the corner, here comes Gavin Manning. He can't quite get enough grip off the bottom of 2. White flag in the air one more time around. Tyler Bannister working a fantastic race. 3-second advantage on the field as he comes down that back straightaway for the final time. Best battle on the track. You can see it on your screen. That is Gavin Manning. But the win's going to go the 51G. Make it the 151. Tyler Bannister. I had my eyes on that run from Gavin Manning. He'll come home 3rd. Cole Schlauko, he'll be 2nd. Cody Burke finishing 4th, and Justin Crockett rounding out the top 5. So just like that, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for all of our heat races here tonight. A fantastic job. We only had a couple of cautions running right through the program. So once again, welcome St. Patrick's Catholic School for hosting their Mother and Sons event tonight at Santa Maria Speedway, and tonight's action is brought to you by Subaru San Luis Obispo. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Start making your way up. We see the young guns already down here. It is time for our intermission and all of our fan giveaways. So make your way up. Right here, see Lindsay Weber. We got Chad Weber. Chad, let's get these microphones fired up. It looks like that one's good to go. Man, you drove the car here tonight, a different look. Robbie said he was going to prep the track and make it, a little more slick. He's been doing it about the first 15 feet. Now it looks like we got almost 30 feet of, good, slick racetrack, nice and silky smooth out there.
So, yeah, the track is definitely slick, right? So here in Santa Maria, usually it's a little bit tackier, a little heavier because we're here on the coast. But Robbie's trying something out. He's making it smooth and making it slick, which threw me a little bit of a curveball. I need to put some drive into my car. But, man, as long as we have a smooth racetrack with a line across the top, it's going to promote some good racing tonight.
Perfect. So, all right, race fans, you know the deal. Come on up. We got Chad Weber. He's going to head over there with Lindsay, and I think we might have a couple of drivers coming up. So, fan, do you know what time it is? Come see us, the Fan Experience.
Oh, Landon made it up there. All right, race fans, it is that time. Santa Maria Speedway tradition.
Yo. Lights on, cameras locked. Let's let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live. Yeah.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live. Yeah. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live. Yeah.
The engine's quiet, but the night ain't done. Yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, the engine's quiet. Done. Dust still hanging from the last run. Lights still glow on this dirt and steel. You can feel it coming, yeah, it's real. Take a breath, but don't go far. This is racing under California stars. Santa Maria, hear that sound? We're just getting ready for the next round. This is where the horsepower lives, where the throttle roars and the driver gives everything they got, every lap, no looking back. Just for the tech, Santa Maria. Light it up tonight, side by side under those Friday lights. From the green to the checkered flag, this is dirt track racing. Fast and bad. Fast and bad. From the tires to the fuel to the steel in the frame, it takes a crew and a name behind every name. Local shops, hometown pride, keeping these machines alive.
so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy live, we bring that style. We race, no break, that's right. John Candy live, keep the finish line bright. Racing on speed, John Candy live. Let's roll. JCL in control. Let's go. JCL Candy let's go. JCL in control. Hey, go. JCL.
Robbie Clayborne, man, what's up? You've been the talk of the town. We've been talking about you every time on the podcast and everything, man. You have really done a phenomenal job turning this place around. Like, the track prep has been great, basically, ever since you took the reins over.
And, you know, it's a lot of work, man. Just this week, I have 36 hours just this week. And, you know, I talk to multiple drivers. I'm the guy that goes out there and talks to all the drivers. I get multiple feedback from, you know, a lot of them. And they tell me what they want, and I try to produce what they want, because I know if we have a bad track here, they're not going to come back.
Yeah.
And we already had that experience last year. So it's just a lot of work.
Yeah, I could tell it's a bunch of work, because, I mean, when we come here, this place, from you know, end of race on Saturday night to what it is when you come here, I mean, it's brand, you have to rework everything, right?
Yeah, it's, I have so much going against me on this track, because, you know, we're in a water basin. We get all the runoff from up the houses up there, the freeway. We get all that runoff. So not only do we get the rain runoff, water runoff, we're in a basin. The water table here is 4 feet deep. So so the more laps I put on this track, the more it's pumping water out. I've always described this track as a sponge. The more I'm working it, the more it's just pumping. And once you get the race cars on, it's not stopping. It's still pumped. So I got to judge how many laps I put on the track, how much water I put on the track, and pretty much how many laps we're going to be in the night. It's that much.
Is that kind of why, like, this place has always been known for having those crazy, heavy racetracks? And as the night progresses, it gets wetter and it's stickier and tackier. So is that something that somebody kind of found out later, or because this place used to be just dead fast, hooked up poles and cowboy up?
So everybody knows Santa Maria Speedway as being hooked up, hammered down, wet. Sun goes down, moisture comes up. That's exactly what it is we're racing on a sponge. We got that water table so shallow that, you know, the more you run on it, the more the water's coming up. The NARC race, you know, we got a little bit of rain the week before, and when I was out there packing the cushion at Intermission, you can actually see the water coming out of the ground.
Wow.
It's that bad. So,
wow. I mean, what is your thought process in now getting it to where it's at now? Because now you've got the bottom third is like perfect, and then it starts building character as it goes up. But it's not holy, it's not ruddy. I mean, at the end of the night, you just see where that top layer of clay is starting to go. Yeah. But, I mean, is that just a material issue, or?
No. So, you know, talking to all the drivers, this is pretty much what they want. They don't want the wet stuff anymore. So what I do, I come out here on a Sunday, and I blade the cushion down from the week before, let it dry out. Come out here on Monday, rip it open, and let it dry out some more. And then Monday evening, I'll start working the clay back down. So the more laps I'm putting on the track, the harder it's getting, and it's hard for the water to come through. So that's what we have going for us now on the bottom. So, you know, tonight's track is going to run similar to all year, the last 4 or 5 that we've had. It's just this week I packed higher up.
That's what I noticed just walking in. I was like, oh, Robbie's building the slicker part, or the more firm part up a little higher.
Yeah. So, you know, I talked to 16 drivers this past week, and believe it or not, all of them said the same thing. They want to be on the wall, ripping the back deck off their car. So that's what they're going to do. I mean, it's going to run similar to all years, but it's going to be a lot more blue than going to be brown. So.
Yeah, I mean, so in doing that, is it more blade work? Is it more truck work? Is it more less water? There's got to be a recipe, because you got the recipe for the bottom third. You just move it up 5 feet, 10 feet.
I've always done the same amount of water, just because it's kind of hard to grade dust or powder. So a lot of my process is blade it from the berm up and sprinkle some water, and then blade it back down and sprinkle some water. So I'm constantly doing that Monday and Tuesday, just to get a perfect mixture throughout the whole track. And then Wednesday, Thursday, I'm still introducing water to the track, but I'm packing it more now. And then I come out here on race day at 9:30 in the morning, get a load in a water truck, and just pack for about an hour and a half.
Wow. So it's safe to say you're probably going to turn more laps on this racetrack this year than any other driver could even think of.
You know, I've been doing track prep here for, off and on for 12 years. I went 6 years solid, but off and on for about 12 years. And I always joke with my family saying that I put more laps on this track now than anybody else in my family. So we have fun with it.
That's kind of funny too. Is we'll get people. I'll get in arguments with drivers, or not arguments, but we'll be talking. I'm like, dude, I've been to victory lane more times than you could ever think of. Because I mean, I get to go down there 4 times a night, 5 times a night. It's like I've been victory lane all the time. So, but being a track prep guy, I mean, you have background in racing as well, right? So,
yeah, I started my racing career in 2004 in a mini stock, and I raced mini stocks for a couple of years, and was doing a lot of work. I was doing a lot of traveling for work, so I sold that car, and I was out of racing all the way up until 2018. I got me a sport mod, and matter of fact, that sport mod was my cousin Austin Ruskoff's sport mod. I put it together, and I raced a handful of races in 2018. 2019, I think I raced maybe 35 races. I went everywhere. I was single at the time. I went everywhere, and I even went to it was Colorado, Cortez, Colorado, with the Bakers.
Okay, yeah.
Brian called me one night and said, "Hey, we're gonna go to Cortez." Like, I'm there. Let's go.
Load them up. Let's roll.
Yeah. So my first win in a sport mod was here, and I'm pretty sure I was the one that did the track prep that night. So I got a bunch of text messages. And we're having fun with it, but they were accusing me of knowing what line to race and. Yeah.
Well, I mean, shoot, once you get on the track, I mean, everyone, you see it, you feel it. I mean, doing track prep, even just doing track prep with RC stuff, it's like, that you have no advantage. I mean, you're just out there trying to make the best surface possible for everybody. But, I mean, if you personally like a heavier track, I mean, you could put a little more water on it.
Exactly.
Do stuff like that. But,
make it a little bit more fluffier.
But, I mean, it's the same, still, no matter what, same track for everybody. So you got a brand new baby. You've got, a lot of things have changed away from the track. So how has that kind of affected? Do you still want to get back into a car? Do you still, or just right now you're just settling, just trying to anchor your roots here?
I would love to buy me a car, but I don't want any of the drama with it. The late nights in the garage, the mishaps that you have on the track. I'd love to get me a car and drive again, but somebody else can do all the maintenance to it. It got a little tough doing the track and having a baby last year. So I brought in my buddy Logan. And he's a really smart equipment operator. And if you tell him what to do, he was going to do it. I didn't need anybody that wanted to do what they want to do because, I've been here my whole life. I know what the track's going to do. So he came in and helped me. That way I can attend to Mama.
Yep.
And we had the baby in July, and I was still coming out here. It all worked out. So, and then Mama's, she's doing good, baby's doing good, older brother's doing good, and here we are.
That's awesome. So you've been coming here your whole life, right? So grew up out here. You guys are generational out here.
Yep.
The Clayborne family. So who was the first one that kind of just started up racing?
It was my grandpa Les and his brother too. Okay. They started out here in '64 when the track opened, and then over the years, my cousin Dale, he got a car. My dad was big into enduro, and then that's when Randy and Bobby started racing late models, and Joey jumped in, and he took off with it. Joey's the only one. We've been here for, I think, we're over 60 years now, and Joey is the only one in the Clayborne family that has a track champion.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it took all the way up to 2004 to get, plenty of seconds, won a lot of races, but he was the only one. And then that's when Austin Ruskoff jumped in, and myself, and my older brother Chris, my cousin Josh. At one year, we had 6 drivers out here for the Clayborne family.
Wow, that's amazing. That's the support. That's just support. I mean, Bakersfield had it. I mean, I just always talk about Bakersfield because I was there for so long.
Yeah.
So you have the Childress family.
Yep.
You've got the Bradshaws. You've got the Pounds. The Irwins. all, but you have the same thing here, right? You have the coffees, you have the
Simpkins,
the Simpkins, Clayborns, Justin Crockett. So, I mean, there's just so many big names and so many different families that, you know, that's just, I'm sure it's like that every track around the country. It's probably just, you know, it's just all about families and racing families and just eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. So,
Exactly.
so 60 plus years racing here. So what do you think your biggest accolade racing wise was?
Shoot, I don't know.
That what felt the best? Probably that first win.
Probably my first win. Yeah, that was huge. You know, my first win. It was my second year in the sport mod, and I beat one of the best guys in California. So that felt really good.
Yeah. So when running all the races, all the times, when you're working on the cars, and you see something to the track, are you one to go in there and make a bunch of changes to the car, or you just like kind of come with your base setup and just really try to stick with that? Or?
I've always came with my base setup every weekend, and I would make minimal changes, and it helped me. You know, I've seen a lot of guys out here just changing everything, and I made minimal changes, and that's what made me better.
Yeah. Well, it's like you're going through the toolbox at it, and then you're just like, wow, this thing is just even doing even more of the same thing that I didn't want it to do.
Right.
So, wait, so did you ran victory circles? Is that what you ran?
I had a Joe car, 2018, 19, and 20, and I sold that to a gal up in Marysville, I think. And then I ended up buying Jason Nation's car, his victory circle.
Yep.
And that was one bad car. I loved it. But we were getting ready to move to Tennessee, so I kind of stopped. That's when I kind of stopped racing, and then I just need to give me another one.
So your dad's back in Tennessee now, right?
My parents are back in Tennessee. My older brother and my younger brother and their families are back in Tennessee.
So are you the last one here?
It's me, Austin Ruskoff, and I have an aunt and uncle here.
Okay.
And a cousin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still got a lot of family here. I mean, because I know a lot of people in California are just jumping ship, and you know, I've even myself have thought, it's like, man, I could probably get a couple of gigs in North Carolina and this and that. But I mean, you can't beat. Look at this weather. You can't beat the weather. I mean, it's perfect. Cruise from Bakersfield to get here. It was 63 degrees when we rolled in, but now the sun's peeking through, so we might get to 65, 68.
Yep.
But I mean, you live here, right? You're just down the road.
Born and raised. Yeah.
So you guys get this
year round, pretty much. I mean, we get some rain, probably December, January, February, March, somewhere those months, and then right after that, it's like this year. It's so nice.
That's amazing stuff. So you're planning on staying here? You don't have any
for a little while?
For a little while.
Yeah. For a little while. You know, my fiance up now. What made me stay is when I met her. You know, she moved right across the street from me, and they would always watch me load the car up Saturday mornings. I'd see her and her little boy out there, and then we met on Thanksgiving, and that's all it took. Once we met, then she started going racing with me, her and her little boy, and then she went through nursing school, and I was like, I'm gonna hang out while she goes through nursing school. So they moved in with me, and she went through her school, and now I tease her. She's my retirement plan whenever, so I can stop working.
That's awesome. Yeah. It takes so much to go racing, to do everything. So if you're a racer, and you find a partner that's all about it, dude, that is rare.
Yeah.
That is so rare, because I mean, it takes so much. You said it, man. All the late nights wrenching. You tear something up, you're going to be working on the car for all week long, just to take it back out the next week. So that's
and her little
awesome.
boy, he's 12 now. He was all for it too. Wherever I was at, he wanted to be right there. I mean, even till this day, I come out. You know, I'm out here Sunday till Saturday, and he's with me most of the time. He wants to come out here, and I let him hop in a tractor and move it for me. And he enjoys it. He was out here scraping the walls and
that's awesome.
Walking the track, put up for parts or debris or anything else. So. Yeah,
I saw that. I saw one of your I think Facebook posts or something like that. It's like family affair out here. I'm telling you, guys are scraping walls and walking the track, picking rocks and everything.
Yep.
So I mean, and that's another thing, guys. If you are not following Robbie, this is a great follow. He does great content. It's like he's up there taking better videos than what I got sometimes up there. You know, the race day stuff and everything. So you wear more than one hat out here. I know it's much appreciated. it's one thing. We had a podcast with Brian Baker this week, and even he said, he's like, yeah, I mean, Robbie comes down like middle of the race night, asking, what do you guys need? What do you want? How's the track? So
Yep.
I know these guys love that.
I try to talk to every driver here. I reached out to like Crockett and Drake, the Bannisters, Bakers. I reached out to all of them, and because I want to be better, and I want them to have the best they can, and that's my goal, is try to be the best track prep here in California. But there's one thing I want to do, is I want to prep a track for 1 week that where I control the water and the water doesn't control me.
Exactly.
Just one time. I see how it goes.
Yeah. But I mean, towards the later part of the summer, that's when kind of the water kind of quits here, right?
A little bit. I mean, it all comes back to the water table. It never goes away.
Yeah.
Being so low in the basin, it doesn't go away.
Well, I will say you're doing a phenomenal job.
Thank
You know, as of late, like I said, towards the end of last year when I saw it, on camera, all the stuff that you would see, and so would be here in broadcast, I'd be like, okay, man, that track coming around. Because the beginning of the season last year, I was like, man, they got to fix something. They can't be pulling bars out of cars.
They called me at the beginning of last year, right after opening night, and I didn't want to do it because I spent my whole life away from like lake time and family time.
Yeah.
So I really didn't want to do it. And when I heard the situation, I was like, you know what? I'll do it. We'll get the place turned around, and I want to train somebody that way, because I got a baby that I'm I need to take care of. So I can't do this forever. So I want to train somebody to do Santa Maria. It's got to be somebody that will listen.
That's it.
That's it. Because if you want to do it your own way, you're going to fail miserably.
Yeah. So so you've been an equipment operator for a long time, right?
26 years. 26
years of that's your day in, day out.
Yep.
So you're pulling stakes all day long.
All day long. And the thing with that is you can be the best operator out here. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have a badass track, because you got clay, you got moisture at the water table, so it'll humble you for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, something people probably don't even know about me, but I've ran equipment for 20 years as well.
Yep.
So that was kind of my role at the water district where I work now. Before I do this, where I was a heavy equipment operator, fabricator, all that other stuff. So I mean, I see and I know what it takes to do dirt work and blade work and do all that. Like, to see the surface, I mean, it looks great just on the top level. But the stuff that you're talking about that people don't understand and don't know is that sub level.
Yeah.
And the sub level, I'm just tying on to what you're saying. It's like, you can come out here and think you can lay the cleanest lines out here and the smoothest top surface.
Yep.
But if you don't know what that bottom is,
the water table will get you every time.
So like when it rains, this place underwater.
So if people really paid attention, when it rains, the next week or two, maybe 3 weeks, Santa Maria's always heavy. Always heavy. I can't get it hard enough for it to go dry. But we haven't gotten rain in the last month now, so it's actually working to my advantage. The one that was the bummer for me was the night it got canceled.
Yes.
That Tuesday we got 2 inches of rain, and I came out here Wednesday morning. I had a job just north of us, just a job walk. I went up to that job, and I came back by the track, and I pulled in, and I was like, oh, this is going to be bad. We're not canceling. So I took Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off of work just to come here and get a track surface, and then it ended up canceling because we got all that rain on Saturday.
Yeah. I mean, that was heartbreak because everyone's so excited. I mean, the buzz around this place is real. I mean, people are showing up. That race, there was over 85 entries or something like that through the back gate, which is phenomenal. And then everyone was so excited. We were all in good high spirits, and then Mother Nature killed us. But we tried. I mean, you tried everything you could, but it was just, the writing was on the wall.
We kept pushing it back, and I'm talking with Chad and Jeff, and we're agreeing to push it back because if it stopped, I know I can get a track. It did stop for maybe about 20 minutes, and I told Chad, you know what, push it back one more, and I'll get out there with the pack truck and I'll see what I can do. Well, when I got out there with the pack truck, then it started misting again, and the track was starting to come apart in turn 2, and I was like, you know what, even if we did race, this track is going to be junk. It's already coming apart now with the weight of the pack truck. So I told Chad, and he agreed, everybody agreed, so we ended up canceling. We went and raced that night anyways because we got another inch and a half that night once the last car left.
Yeah.
So it was a bad deal.
But we're gonna have a great night tonight. I know I wanted to get you on here and talk to you. This is just gonna be a quick one because we still got a lot of stuff going. We got the drivers meeting setting up here, and I want to get this on our feet tonight. So, man, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us, dude. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
I'm probably gonna talk about you every night still going forward. You did such a great job, man. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you, and you as well. You're doing a great job. We love what you're doing.
Thank you.
Especially my family back in Tennessee. They're watching every Saturday night.
Awesome.
So,
that's great.
Love it.
So like, comment, subscribe, guys. If you guys aren't checking us out, make sure you check us out on YouTube. Santa Maria Speedway, their YouTube page, flowroad.co, John Candy Live, all the social media platforms. And this is us right here signing out from Santa Maria Speedway.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Woo. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live. Yeah.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Woo. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live. Yeah. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Woo. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live. Yeah. JCL, let's go. JCL in control. JCL in control. John Candy Live.
The engine's quiet, but the night ain't done. Yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, the engine's quiet. Yeah, engine's quiet, but the night ain't done. Dust still hanging from the last run. Lights still glow on this dirt and steel. You can feel it coming, yeah, it's real. Take a breath, but don't go far. This is racing under California stars. Santa Maria, hear that sound? We're just getting ready for the next round. This is where the horsepower lives, where the throttle roars and the driver gives everything they got, every inch, every lap, no looking back. Just for the track, Santa Maria. Light it up tonight, side by side under those Friday lights. From the green to the checkered flag, this is dirt track racing. Fast and bad. Fast and bad. From the tires to the fuel to the steel in the frame, it takes a crew and a name behind every name. Local shops, hometown pride, keeping these machines alive. From the pits to the stands, they're part of the show. Every lap you see, they help it go. So take a look, yeah, you know the deal. These are the names that make it real. This is where the horsepower lives, where the throttle roars and the driver gives everything they got, every inch, every lap, no looking back. Just for that Santa Maria. Light it up tonight, side by side under those Friday lights. Feel the ground shake, hear the crowd. This is racing, fast and loud, fast and loud. Roll it back, take it in. Every logo tells a story. Every sponsor feels the glory. Tonight's racing, brought to you by Fire It Up. Woo! Fire it up, we're coming back strong. Engine 3 won't be long. Next green flag, next showdown. Santa Maria, shut it down. Dirt flies high, champions rise. You're watching greatness under these skies. So don't blink now, don't miss a lap. We're coming back. Get ready for that. Stay tuned. Stay loud. We'll be right back. Woo! Woo! Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Woo. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live. Yeah. JCL, let's go. JCL in control. JCL in control. John Candy Live.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yo, John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yo, fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yo, John Candy Live. Yeah. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yo, John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yo, fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yo, John Candy Live. Yeah.
The engine's quiet, but the night ain't done. Yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, the engine's quiet. The night ain't done, dust still hanging from the last run. Lights still glow on this dirt and steel. You can feel it coming, yeah, it's real. Take a breath, but don't go far. This is racing under California stars. Santa Maria, hear that sound? We're just getting ready for the next round. This is where the horsepower lives, where the throttle roars and the driver gives everything they got. Every lap, no looking back, just full attack. Santa Maria, light it up tonight, side by side under those Friday lights. From the green to the checkered flag, this is dirt track racing. Fast and bad. Fast and bad. From the tires to the fuel to the steel in the frame, it takes a crew and a name behind every name. Local shops, hometown pride, keeping these machines alive. From the pits to the stands, they're part of the show. Every lap you see, they help it go. So take a look, yeah, you know the deal. These are the names that make it real. This is where the horsepower lives, where the throttle roars and the driver gives everything they got, every inch, every lap, no looking back. Just full attack, Santa Maria. Light it up tonight, side by side under those Friday lights. Feel the ground shake, hear the crowd. This is racing. Fast and loud, fast and loud. Roll it back, take it in. Every logo tells a story. Every sponsor feels the glory. Tonight's racing, brought to you by Fire It Up. Whoa! watching greatness under these skies. So don't blink now, don't miss a laugh. We're coming back. Get ready for that. Stay tuned. Stay loud. We'll be right back. Woo! Woo!
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yo, John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yo, fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yo, John Candy Live. Yeah.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yo, John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yo, fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yo, John Candy Live. Yeah.
So 21 car driver introduction is complete. We are ready for our first 8 minutes of the night, the IMCA Northern Sport Mod. They feature Landon King on the point at Pismo Beach, California, Paul Brown, Chad Weber, Sonny Simpkins, Ethan Johnson, Rich Denman, Matthew Frazier, John Piker, Nick Kaufman, Jason Bannister, Tate Loftus, Nicholas Johnson, Willie Othout, Santiago Lopez, Talon Mulvey, Orion Messina, Donnie Hampel, Colby Ward, John McKinley, Alyssa Smith, and Chris Smith. A full, complete 21-car field for the first A main events of the evening. So we've got another great one on our hands here tonight. We're going to kick it off in a big way. Our most recent winner is the 14W of Willie Othout. He picked up the win just 7 days ago. They're going back-to-back weeks here at the Santa Maria Speedway for the IMCA Northern Sport Mod Division. He's going to have to come from inside of row number 7 if he's going to go back-to-back here tonight. It's going to be a tall task indeed. We've got some really strong competitors in this one. And the 43K of Landon King out of Pismo Beach, California. Giving that some cool swag in our intermission. He gave out the pit chains to a couple of fans out there. Paul Brown, another great contestant as well in that Victory Circle chassis outside of the front row. Chad Weber, the main electric number 37 machine, the director of race day operations here each and every day at the Santa Maria Speedway. He'll start on the inside of row number 2. And a fan favorite, the Motor City Throwdown beats up 68S for Sonny Simpkins, starting on that outside of row number 2. Just about ready to go. Looks like our officials have been through the lineup. Everything looks good. Robbie Clayborne. Oh, we got the little one. I love it. Robbie Clayborne, our track guru, bringing the family out. He's got the headphones on, starting them young as we show him when to go. Let your neighbor make that friendly wager. Who's going to pick up the E or make it the A feature win here tonight? As the sun is setting, now we've got all the sun off the racing surface. Landon King, Paul Brown, Chad Weber, Sonny Simpkins, Ethan Johnson, Rich Denman, your first 3 rows as we come to the green right here off of turn at number 4. IMCA Northern Sport Mod A feature. Great start for Landon King, ripping the lip. He's going to keep that momentum down that back straightaway, lead him into turn number 3. Landon King working off of turn number 4. He's going to lead lap number 1. Paul Brown in the number 2 spot. Chad Weber third. Then pick up Ethan Johnson rounding up the top 4. And Sonny Simpkins now side by side. Sonny gets a little bit tight in the turns 1 and 2. But she's got a great head of steam down that back straightaway. Sonny Simpkins into the fence in 3 and 4. Sparks flying off the right rear quarter panel for Sonny Simpkins, but she's able to continue in the 68S machine as they start to stack up behind the 11 of Ethan Johnson. Oh, Sonny Simpkins hard into the fence into turns 1 and 2. Sonny keeps the candle lit, but the caution flag will fly. Caution out for Sonny Simpkins. Sonny had some heavy contact in turns 1 and 2. Can't help but think he may have had some mechanical failure in that hot rod, or possibly you cut right front tire. You can see a cut right front tire slinging her into the fence into turns 1 and 2. So that must have been the result of the contact in turns 3 and 4 for Sonny Simpkins. She got in there a little bit hot into turn number 3, catching that right rear on the fence and putting the nose into turns 3 and 4. You can see, if you're checking us out on John Candy Live, you can see Tyler Bannister giving signals to Pop, say, get up the hill into turns 1 and 2. So, race fans, that's right. You catch all the racing action live and free on John Candy Live and at Santa Maria Speedway YouTube pages and on John Candy Live Facebook. As you can see, all the work being done right there. Sonny Simpkins able to refire the 68S machine. Getting the thumbs up. She'll tag the back of the field. So that 68S is built tough, has it to be tough. Looks like our lineup is good. 18 laps left to go of this 20-lap feature. Landon King's out front, that 43K. Great start for the 43. Great attitude in that Twisted Motorsports Evolution chassis, brand new here in 2026. He's got a brand new power plant underneath the hood. It really pay off for that young man to do a 180 degrees turn on the program in 7 days, as he did not finish due to a motor failure last week. Look right behind him, Ethan Johnson, already victorious in the IMCA Northern Sport Division in 2026. Paul Brown, outside of row number 2. Row number 3, that's Chad Weber, the 37 entry, and Rich Denman. Then you pick up Matthew Frazier and John Piker. Still a lot of racing action left in this feature as we show them a 1 to go at the line. Lights are out, indicating we're going green flag racing next time off of turn at number 4. Here they go, working off of turn number 4. Green flag in the air. Great restart for the 43K of Landon King. Right down to the bottom side in turns 1 and 2 goes Ethan Johnson and Paul Brown. He floats that right rear up to the cushion off of turn number 4. 3 wide through the field. Right through the middle is Chad Weber. Chad Weber's the meat in the sandwich on the bottom side. That is Matthew Frazier. Now he'll float up to the high side. John Piker take a crossover down the front straightaway. Try to follow the 51 of Jason Bannister. Jason Bannister all over the backside of the one in of Nicholas Johnson. Nicholas Johnson started outside of road number 6, already up into the top 5. Nicholas Johnson, the RPM collision center number 1 in machine now making a move to put him up to P4. Gets by Matthew Frazier, but out front it is all the 43K of Landon King. Landon King. It's a little deep into turns 3 and 4. That kid is not afraid of the cushion. Look at him make the moves. He's got a 2-second advantage over the number 2 spot of Ethan Johnson. Paul Brown still sitting third. Rich Didman at number 4 spot. All right, there you see Nicholas Johnson to the bottom side of Paul Brown. They battle down the back straight side by side with Rich Denman. Out front with a 2-second advantage, that is Landon King. But here comes that 4-car battle coming off of turn number 4. Jason Bannister taking a peek to the outside. Now to turns 1 and 2. Having that left front all over the inside berm is the one in of Nicholas Johnson side by side all the way down that back straightaway. Paul Brown side by side with Rich Didman out in front of the side-by-side battle between the one end of Nicholas Johnson and the 51 of Jason Bannister. Take a peek at the speed shot right down the front straightaway. Landon King still out front. Almost making contact with the front straightaway wall. You can see how close they are getting as they are ripping around the 1/3 clay oval here at the Santa Maria Speedway. We'll have 10 to go this time by for your leader as he works off a turn number 4. Landon King crossed up 6 sticks, showing halfway there. Ethan Johnson now able to close that gap just a bit. Now the difference only 1.2 seconds. So the man on the move is the 11 of Ethan Johnson. As we're getting into some lap traffic, first on the list is going to be the 68 for Sonny Simpkins. Right now, the preferred line you can see is all the way around the outside of the racing surface. God, we got someone around the turns 3 and 4. We got cars around the turns 3 and 4. Talon Mulvey, and I believe that's the ex of Colby Ward, bringing out the caution as they tangle into turns 3 and 4. The JE Pistons. Friday number 29T of Talon Mulvey, and you can see the ex of Colby Ward bringing out the caution. So fire and safety out there, checking the racetrack over the top side of turns 3 and 4, making sure everything is A-OK before we get back to racing action. So I got to give a shout out to the wife and the kids and the boys back there watching in Bakersfield, California on John Candy Live. Looks like Santiago Lopez out of Chula Vista has some panel issues on the right rear quarter panel of the American Scaffolding number 68 machine. We'll tag the back of the field. It looks like we still have one car down on the infield. That should be Talon Mulvey, and he's up and out of the car. Looks like Talon is going to call it a night. So the 43K of Landon King, he had a 1.2 second advantage. The biggest mover towards the end of that run was the 11 of Ethan Johnson. The lead was for the 43K was just about 2.5 seconds. He chomped away at it to about 1.1 at the time of the caution as they were just about to get into lap traffic. So now that will no longer be a factor. A free and clear track out in front of Landon King, young gun out of Arroyo Grande, California. Showing him when to go at the line. So Santiago Lopez making his second trip around the racing surface from the pit area. Taking a hard look off of turn number 4, Jason Vance. Green flag is in the air. Great restart back to the top side goes the 43K of Landon King. Has the twist. Motorsports 43K up on the mark. Contact down the back straightaway. Rich Denman down to the infield. Denman down to the infield. The 51 of Jason Bannister. They had some side-by-side contact. And the caution flag will fly. So you can see Rich Denman showing his displeasure with 51 of Jason Bannister. So Denman will have to tag the back of the field in the 14 machine. He was right there running in the top 5. Battling with the 51 of Jason Bannister. Things just getting a little bit tight. A couple of cars looking for the same piece of real estate off of turn at number 2. Bringing out the caution is the 14 of Denman. Just past the halfway point here in our first 8 feature. Landon King, the 43K out of Arroyo Grande. Had a great restart once again. He's able to keep that car and keep the momentum going in the 43K as he rips the lip. That brand new power plant underneath the hood, the Toast Construction 43K. Case Concrete and construction entry here in Subaru of San Luis Obispo night at Santa Maria Speedway. This main event brought to you by Twins Landscaping, Steve's ATV Equipment Share, Spencer Fresh Markets, Aero Plumbing, and API Water Services. Things are getting crossed up. Delaware style restart. The leader out front all by his lonesome side by side from there on back. There you see Landon King. See if he can come home with a victory here tonight. Long family history, the King Racing family. Fun fact, Landon King's grandmother competed in late model competition. One of the first lady drivers to compete in the late model division as we come back to the green. Landon King out front. Three wide down that back straightaway. Down to the bottom side, Jason Bannister. Right through the middle is Paul Brown. And ripping the lip is Ethan Johnson. But able to inch his way forward. Here comes that 51 of Jason Bannister. Bannister now misses his marks just a little bit. I believe he was trying to get the moisture up down to the bottom side of turn number 2. Now he's side by side with Matthew Frazier. Frazier has a preferred line around the outside. Now Jason will follow the Tomcat number 51. Landon King. Silky smooth in the 43K machine, working off a turn at number 2 down that back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Out here now Paul Brown taking a peek to the inside of Jason Bannister into 3 and 4. Paul Brown working the bottom side. Jason Bannister in the 51 working that outside, but out front it is still the 43K of Landon King. Check out the splits. 1.0 second advantage to Ethan Johnson. He's got about a 1.6 advantage to that third place battle between the 15F of Matthew Frazier and Jason Bannister. 5 to go. Landon King out front doing a phenomenal job driving that 43K machine. He made contact with the wall coming off of turn number 2. Now here comes Ethan Johnson. Landon now might be overdriving a little bit because now he's got a rear view mirror flow. You can see how the damage is on that right rear quarter panel for Landon King. The battle is brewing. Ethan Johnson now working off a turn at number 2. Down that back straightaway into turn at number 3. He's all over the backside of Landon King, stalking his prey. Landon hitting his marks that time. In turns 3 and 4, floating up the hill just a little bit was the 11 of Johnson. We've got 3 to go. They both bobble just a bit, searching for the extreme high side of turn number 2. They're starting to run out of cushion as they're starting to bang the billboards here at the Santa Maria Speedway. 2 to go. Landon King now putting a little bit more space between himself and Ethan Johnson. Ethan is right there just waiting for a mistake from the 43 of Landon King. We'll get the white flag this time off a turn number 4. White flag's in the air one more time around. There's that battle into turns 1 and 2. Sonny Simpkins is right in front of your leaders. Landon King gets a little bit tight, has to get on the binders. Ethan Johnson trying to go through the middle in no man's land. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Landon King putting the right rear on the cushion. He's going to work off a turn number 4. Landon King picks up the win. Ethan Johnson comes home in the number 2 spot. He's going to loop it out in turns number 1 and 2 after the checkered flag. Matthew Frazier comes home 3rd. Jason Bannister, Tate Loftus rounds out the top 5. Landon King. What a tale of stories of 7 days. He'll make his way to the scales to make it official. Ethan Johnson is officially scored in the number 2 spot. The RPM Collision Center's number 11 machine. Jason Bannister waiting on the green light. Will it be? Green! Jason Bannister officially through scales. That'll take you to the 15F. He had a great battle going on between him and the 15 of Matthew Frazier. Waiting on the suspense here at the scales. Giving him the thumbs up if it's green. It's green, Matthew Frazier. For a little insurance. Finishing 5th here tonight in the Golden Empire, towing 62 for Tate Loftus. Tate Loftus, it's green. And the final driver for all the marbles and the victory here tonight. He led every single lap of the 20-lap feature. It's green, Landon King. Landon King making his way to victory lane. The young man doing a fantastic job here at the Santa Maria Speedway. Just 7 days ago, blew up 2 motors, one on a Friday and one on a Saturday night. And he's going to pull this King's Concrete Construction number 43K down into victory lane. His Twisted Motorsports is twisted up here. You can see the damage on the right rear quarter panel as he was banging the billboards here at the Santa Maria Speedway. He's getting the great thumbs up. Congratulations from Tate Loftus, another Twisted Motorsports. There we go. The engines off for Matthew Frazier. This is going to be one happy young man indeed. Safety equipment is off. Here comes the window net. Jason Vance, give it congratulations. Give it up for Landon King. Landon, man, that was one fantastic run. Dude, what a tale of 7 days, man. Last week, you only ran a couple of laps, you blew up, and then now tonight, come home with the victories. It's got to feel great.
Yeah, it feels really good. I thank my mom, my dad, Ryan, Paul, Terry, King Concrete, Sierra Body Shop, Next Level, Central Coast Playgrounds, Rugged Radios, Coast Plumbing, Brand Creative, and DTR Enterprises.
Man, that's right through the sponsors, man. That's kind of a pro move. So tell these race fans, some of these guys that may not know you, how old are you?
15 years old.
So at 15 years old, ladies and gentlemen, 15-year-old Landon King, get congratulations right here. So you made your way through the ranks from outlaw cars now up to the big cars. getting wins now. You got to win last year. You got to win this year. What are you looking forward for this year?
Hopefully picking up wins with this car, and hopefully tomorrow too.
So you're going to run tomorrow night. What are you guys racing tomorrow?
We're running the outlaw carts tomorrow.
So he's got outlaw cars tomorrow. He won here tonight. Give it up one more time for Landon King. You know what? Just got word. Next $100 a beer on King right here. Get over to the beer stand. Ethan Johnson, man, coming home in the number 2 spot, man. You were right there talking your praise. Did you think when he hit that right rear quarter panel you had a shot towards the end?
Yeah, he was better than us all night. Really, he was really good in 1 and 2. I felt like I was a little bit better in 3 and 4. I tried something in 1 and 2, a few laps, it didn't work. I thought it maybe would come in, and no, he was just better than us. Congrats to him. He definitely had a hot rod tonight.
Yo, this is only your 3rd or 4th race in the sport mod, right? You guys just got this deal this year, put it together so you can run with your brother?
I think this is my 12th race this year. We've been traveling, trying to race, support the tracks, and people like Santa Maria giving us a place to race, giving us an amazing track condition. Great rebound by Clayborne. This was an awesome track. If we can get this all year, you'll definitely get more cars here. But it's been good so far this year.
So who else you got to thank on the 11 machine?
First off, I got to thank my brother Cody and my dad. Cody worked on this thing all off season, did every piece of decking, body panel you see on this thing. Thank you, Cody. I really appreciate it. My dad and my mom for paying for everything, towing me to the track, and give me something to race. My brother Nicholas, I don't tell him thank you enough. I really appreciate you. You do a lot for me. Steven, I appreciate you too. I got to thank all my sponsors, Nick Diani, RPM Collision Center, Johnson Race Design, Teltec, Security and Systems, just Skinny's Automotive, Ghost Transmission, everybody else who helps me, I appreciate it.
There it is. That's Ethan Johnson coming home in the number 2 spot, coming home 3rd. A hometown boy, the specialty glass number 15F, Matthew Frazier. Matthew, man, another fantastic run, finishing on the tech pad. This is a stiff competition here tonight.
Yeah, competition is really good here tonight. Just trying to do what I can.
So there was a different kind of track. This thing was really wide up on the boards. Do you like that, hang on by the seat of your pants stuff?
Yeah, it was pretty fun up against the boards. I do wish there was a little more of a bottom lane because then we would get some more raciness, but this place is awesome.
So who do you got to think on this beautiful hot rod?
First, my mom and my dad, my brother Marcus, Bryce Willis, Nick Diani, Specialty Glass and Mirrors, Sivenson Suspension, Chris Sivenson, Diani Motorsports, and Elite Athletics.
There it is right there. Matthew Frazier coming home in the number 4 spot. And then now finishing 4th, Jason Bannister. Jason, dude, out here racing, first race of the night, 21 cars deep. Yeah, that was a really good main.
Yeah, it's a really good main. The track's really good right now. You kind of got, it's kind of a little bit top dominant, but that bottom right there, you can roll it in 1 and 2. And, on that restart, I got on the outside of Rich right there coming off the corner. And I don't know if he knew I was out there or what, but we kind of came together off the corner over there and yanked me completely sideways and spun him out and ruined his night. And none of us want to race like that, especially I was having a good time out there. Hopefully, Rich ain't too mad, but I think it was more of a racing deal us touching than anything. But just like to thank everybody for doing a good job here at this track, all you fans out there, and all of our sponsors that help us out.
There it is. That's Jason Bannister coming home in the number 4 spot. Congratulations. As you can see, we've got our next A feature making their way to the track. It's going to be our hobby stock 20-lap A-main. Hobby Sake main event. We got him lined up on the front straightaway. Starting in row number 7, all by his lonesome out of Napomo, California, the 17 of Corbin Kuma. Inside of row number 6, or outside of row number 6, out of Ventura, California, that is 805 of Tom Stevens Jr. Inside of row number 6 in the 11th starting position out of Bakersfield, California, that's the Terry Henry's Race Prep number 25B for Brooke Simmental. Out of Ventura, California, he drives the 164 machine, the Cowgirl Cafe entry. That is Tom Stevens Sr. To his inside, he hails out of Bakersfield, California, the Slinging Dirt Terry Henry's Race Prep. Skinny's Automotive, number 79 for Ryan Barnes. Outside of row number 4, starting in the 8th starting position, out of Atascadero, California, sponsors needed for the 43 of Levi Burkett. The Incognito Design, number 32 machine, hailing out of Bakersfield, California. First time here at the Santa Maria Speedway in 2026. It's the 32 of Jesse Bulls. Outside of row number 3, starting 6th on the field, hailing out of Grover Beach, California. The Tom's Auto Supply number 18A, that's Aaron Bruce. The number 8X machine hails out of Atascadero, California. That is a sister car to Tom Grisnick. That's a 8X of Skylar Charez. To the outside of row number 2, starting 4th on the field, out of Garden Farms, California. That is Tom Grisnick. Our most recent winner for the Hobby Stocks just 7 days ago, out of Bakersfield, California, the Diane Motorsports Peterson Auto Supply, number 16 for RCJ Ricky Childress Jr. Outside of the front row, hailing out of Bakersfield, California, another Terry Henry's Race Prep Gills transmission. McKinley door and window number 31S, it's Spencer Vasquez. On the point, he hails out of Porterville, California, the McDivots. Number 4, it's Colby Quinton. The all-electric Subaru, brought to you by Subaru of San Luis Obispo, your title sponsor of tonight's event. We'll pace them around. Drivers, start your engines. Music and driver intros are complete. We're back to our fully scheduled main event for the Hobby Stocks here at Santa Maria Speedway. Lineup is good. Colby Quinn, Spencer Vasquez, that front row. Ricky Childress Jr., Tom Grisnick. Row number 2, Skylar Charez, Aaron Bruce, Jesse Bowles, Levi Burgett, Ryan Barnes, Tom Stevens Sr., Brooks Simmental, Tom Stevens Jr., and Corbin Kuma. Set to do battle. Showing them when to go at the line. Quentin, Vasquez, Childress, Grisnick, Skylar Charez, Aaron Bruce, your first 3 rows. As we're set to do battle off of turn number 4. 20 laps is the distance. Green flags in the air. Hobby Stock A feature underway. Right down to the bottom side for Colby Quinton. He's going to bring the 16 of Ricky Childress Jr. with him. Outside of row, make it outside. Battle for the number 2 spot. That was Spencer Vasquez. Now, going to the top side is Ricky Childress Jr., lap number 1, going to the 4th, Colby Quinton. Quinton right back down to the bottom side here in turns 1 and 2. Here comes the 16 of Ricky Childress Jr. with the momentum run off of turn number 2 down that back straightaway. We got contact to one around. That's Tom Stevens Sr. in the 64. Down at the line, Ricky Childress Jr. by a nose. And we've got Tom Stevens Sr. coming to a halt, and the caution flag will fly. Caution will fly for the 164. So that is Tom Stevens Sr. Previously the 44 of the real deal, Rick Childress. So we go to the most recent completed lap. That is your leader plus 3. So we did not score that last lap. That'll put the 4 of Colby Quinton back to the top spot. Ricky Childress Jr. already doing Ricky Childress Jr. things and working for the lead already on lap number 2. Looking to go back-to-back victories for that young man as we try to get the lineup going from Ricky Childress on back. Looks like so trying to get the 32 of Jesse Bowles up quite a few, about 5 spots. He's got to get behind the 43 of Levi Burkett. And we're here. The sun is setting. Or should I say, it is set here at beautiful Santa Maria Speedway. .805's going up 1 position. Tom Stevens Jr. Now our lineup is good. We'll cross him up behind the 4 of Colby Quinton. Lineup is good. Formation is good. Lights are out. Ready to try it again off a turn at number 4. Here comes Tom Stevens Sr. to tag the back of the field. It looks like he's not going to be able to make it as we come back to the green. What a restart right there from the 16 of Ricky Childress Jr. Grisnick down to the inside. Skyler Charez in tow. 3 wide off of turn number 2. Look at him down the back straightaway. Aaron Bruce in the 18-8 down on the inside. Spencer Vasquez on the outside right through the middle. That is Skyler Charez. But out front, they're going to be 3 wide for the lead. Grisnick right down the bottom side in turns 1 and 2. Here comes Ricky Childress Jr. all over the backside of the 4 of Colby Quinton. Grisnick down to the bottom side in the 3 and 4. Grisnick able to keep good corner speed and keep up. But now Ricky Childress Jr. slides in front of Tom Grisnick. And now working off of turn number 2. RCJ getting the 16, keeping it straight, trying to keep the momentum going. Has to turn it a little sharp to stay off Colby Quinton. Now he's going to go back to ripping the lip, banging the boards here. Now Diamond's the corner, down to the bottom side off of turn number 2. Ricky Childress Jr. contacted 2. Heavy contact at turn number 2. That is Spencer Vasquez and Levi Burkett. Looks like Burkett is going to come to a halt. Caution flag will fly. Caution out. So problems for the 43 of Levi Burkett. Fluid from out underneath the 43 machine. You can see it right there in turn number 2. So Burkett will have to tag the back of the field. Spencer Vasquez finding his way back up into the correct starting position. Here, 5 laps down, 15 laps remaining. The Hobby Stock A Feature. The Hobby Stock A Feature brought to you by Brand Creative West, Rugged Radios, City of Santa Maria Regional Transit, Birch Told Equipment, and Splash and Dash Car Wash. Tonight's pace vehicle and the title sponsor for tonight is Subaru of San Luis Obispo. Great to have them here in support of the Santa Maria Speedway in the 2026 season. And once again, big time shout out to St. Patrick's Catholic School out of the AG hosting their annual Mothers and Sons event. Great to have each and every one of you here. Hope you're enjoying yourself. The beautiful Santa Maria Speedway. You can see the steam flying from underneath the hood of the 43 of Levi Burgett's. Poking a hole in that radiator, and she is expired. So our lineup is good, and we've shown them one to go. Let's see if the fourth Colby Quinton can hold off the hard chargers. Ricky Childress Jr. and Tom Grisnick. They've been using multiple lanes here at the Santa Maria Speedway. We'll see what's preferred. Looks like the top side for the fourth Colby Quinton as we come back to the green. Ricky Childress Jr. trying to do the slider into turns 1 and 2. He's going to lose all momentum, float up the hill. Now here comes Grisnick with a move to the inside. Colby gets a little tight on the cushion. Now here comes Ricky Childress Jr. taking the peek to the inside. There's a 3-car battle for the top spot as they go to turns 1 and 2. Grisnick around the bottom side. Ricky Childress Jr. gets a little snug through the middle of turns 1 and 2. That's going to hurt his campaign for that top spot. But Colby Quinton out in front of all of them. And he gets tied off at turn number 4. Grisnick side by side with Childress at the line down to the bottom side in turns 1 and 2. Working that outside is Ricky Childress Jr. Looks like edging ever so closer to the 4 is Tom Grisnick. Grisnick trying to get the bottom cleaned off, but now Ricky Childress Jr. will shoot by with the momentum run into turns off of turn number 4. Ricky gets snug again right there off of 2. It's hard to keep that car rotated and keep it in to the good stuff. But you can see right there, he's going to turn it down off of turn number 4. Try to get a momentum run down that front straightaway. We got one around at turn number 2. Ryan Barnes. Caution flag will fly. Caution now for the 79 of Barnes. And he's going the wrong way down that corner into turns 1 and 2. Slinging dirt. 79. So he will have to tag the back of the field as things were getting interesting up front. Top side and a bottom side here at Santa Maria Speedway for the Hobby Stock A Feature. We've got 8 laps in the books, 12 laps remaining. All right, race fans, who thinks Colby Quinn can hang on for this A Feature win here tonight? How about Ricky Childress Jr.? Who's got the 8? Tom Grisnick. I hear a lot of fans out there for those 3 drivers. The lights are out. We're going to try it once again. We'll see if we can get 12 clean laps for this A main event. Colby Quinton's been able to hold off the charges from the 8 of Tom Grisnick and the 16 of Ricky Childress Jr. so far. It's been a great battle with your top 3 as we have 12 laps remaining for the feature. Nice pace as they work off a turn at number 4. Back to the green flag. 12 laps left to go. Ricky Childress Jr. all over the backside of Colby Quinton. Here comes Tom Grisnick down to the bottom side. Side by side down that back straightaway. Ricky Childress Jr. drives it in deep into turns 3 and 4. Just a little bit of contact with Colby Quinn. 3-1 off of turn number 4. Grisnick was down on the bottom side. Now here comes Ricky Childress Jr. Tries to pull the slider into turns 1 and 2. Can't clear Quinton. He'll have to keep it down off of him. He's going to lose that momentum down that back straightaway. Quentin now protecting that top line and trying to keep the spool wound up for the 4 Colby Quinton. Quentin still out front at the halfway point. 10 laps remaining. Aaron Bruce, all kinds of cross up down the front straightaway. Somehow, some way, things were getting hairy there for a second. Let's take it back to the front of the field. Ricky Childress Jr. and Colby Quinton. Quinton gets tight. Now here comes Ricky Childress Jr. with an opportunity. He gets a little bit free. What a battle. It's all going to come down to who's going to make the mistake and who can't capitalize right now. Colby Quinton able to keep the number 4 out in front of the field. Here comes Ricky Childress Jr. Tom Grisnick falling from that 2-car battle for the top spot, but here comes Ricky Childress Jr. He seems to be a little bit better here in the turns 3 and 4. Colby Quinton seems to be a little bit better in the turns 1 and 2. Now Childress slings it in a little harder into turns 1 and 2, able to get all over that back bumper. But Quinton's got great speed down that front straightaway as we have the caution flag out for the 17 of Corbin Kuma. Corbin Kuma off the pace into turns 3 and 4, bringing up the caution here with 7 to go. Great battle brewing between those top 2. They were able to gap themselves from Tom Grisnick. Finding yourself in the number 4 spot. That's the 25B of Brooks Simmental, the Terry Henry's race prep, Bakersfield, California native. Then you pick up the 31 of Spencer Vasquez, Skylar Charez, Aaron Bruce, the 805 of Tom Stevens Jr., Ryan Barnes, and Jesse Bowles. So Corbin Kuma down to the infield. Looks like he might park it, or will he tag the back of the field? So our lineup looks like it is good once again. Take a peek as they're coming down that front straightaway. Colby Quinton, Ricky Childress Jr., Tom Grisnick, Spencer Vasquez, Brooks Simmental, Skylar Charez, Aaron Bruce, Tom Stevens Jr., Tom Stevens Sr., Ryan Barnes, and Jesse Bowles. Subaru of San Luis Obispo here at the Santa Maria Speedway. Bringing all your action to you here tonight as we come back to the green flag off a turn at number 4. Colby Quinton. Grisnick with a great restart. Side by side with Ricky Childress Jr. goes down to the bottom side, but it looks like that top is a little too dominant. He's going to get that momentum down the max straightaway. Ricky Childress Jr. all over the left rear quarter panel of Colby Quinton. Gives him a little shot. He's trying to keep all over that rear bumper to see if he can maybe possibly pull the slider off. As we come to 5 to go. You can see how deep Ricky Childress drives into the corner. He's a little better here to turns 3 and 4. Colby Quinton seems to be a touch better here into turns 1 and 2. You can see just losing the drive off of 2 is the 16 for Ricky Childress Jr., where the 4 of Colby Quinton's able to nail that. But here comes the gap eraser here into turns 3 and 4. 4 to go. Colby Quinton, Ricky Childress Jr. Now Ricky Childress is all over the rear of the 4 of Quinton as they work down the back straightaway to turn number 3. There's contact made. Ricky Childress and the 4 of Colby Quinton. Quinton got a little bit tight in the center, turns 3 and 4. Ricky Childress is all over him. Childress putting the pressure on now. He's going to get a little slip of the grip off at turn number 2. As they work into turns 3 and 4 again. 2 to go. Colby Quinton, Ricky Childress Jr. putting on a show here for the A main event for the Hobby Stock A feature. Tom Grisnick, he's back by 3.7 seconds from your leader. Then you pick up Brooks Simmental. We got one around right here off of turn number 4. Caution flag will fly. Caution out. For the 805 of Tom Stevens Sr., that's Junior. Caution out for the 805 Bell Bonds entry. Got to tag the back of the field, and now we are left with just 2 laps to go. Lineup's good. Single file restart inside of 5 laps remaining. Let's see if Colby Quinn can hang on to it. Green, white, checkered finish. Keep your eyes peeled as we come back to the green flag. Hobby Stock A main event. Green flag's in the air. Right down to the bottom side, trying to pull the slider into turns 1 and 2. Cannot clear Colby Quinton. That'll take him down the back straightaway. Now a healthy lead for the 4 of Colby Quinton. Childress sending it in deep into turns 1, 3, and 4. White flag in the air one more time around. Quinton into 1 with a healthy lead over the 16 of Ricky Childress Jr. He's going to have that 3-car advantage down the back straightaway. RCJ, one final try into turns 3 and 4. Quinton's going to be too strong. Colby Quinton's going to pick up the win. Ricky Childress Jr. comes home second. Tom Grisnick and Brooks Simmental rounding out the top 4. Fantastic drive for Colby Quinton, leading every single lap of the lap feature for your Hobby Stock A main event and making their way to the scales to make it official. Two different winners on 2 different nights here at Santa Maria Speedway tonight. Colby Quinton leads every single lap of that 20-lap feature and gets it done here tonight. Ricky Childress Jr. officially coming home in the number 2 spot with the green lights on the scales. Hard-fought battle. Great race between himself and Colby Quinton. Brooks Simmental officially coming home in the number 4 spot. Great job for the lady driver out of Bakersfield, California. Finishing 5th is the 31 machine of Spencer Vasquez. It's green. And now here comes your winner to make it official up on the scale. Drum roll, please. It's official. Colby Quinton had a fantastic run on the night number 1. That was 2 weeks, I think last week. And the McDivitt Signs Electrical Lighting Easy Cow Hall number 4. He's got the safety equipment off. He's trying to cool down the hot rod. Shuts it off. The wheel comes off. He can hear you now. Give it up for Colby Quinton. Colby, man, get up here. Let's sign the check as he gets congratulations from Tate Loftus. Bobby Quinton popped right there. Put your name on that bad boy. He said he don't know how to spell his name. Just put winner aficionado. Colby Quinton, just like that. Fantastic job, brother, man. That was a great battle between yourself and let's put you behind this bad boy, huh? Yourself and Ricky, man, you guys were going back and forth. Did you feel that little bit of love he was giving you in that left rear quarter panel?
Oh, yeah. I knew he wasn't going to make it easy on me, so I knew I had to hit my line perfect every single time. Usually I'm a bottom feeder, but we put it up against the fence tonight and got it done.
Man, that's walk us through what it takes to make the the driver change. The bottom was good, it was okay, but the top was dominant. You were better here in the 1 and 2. Ricky was better there in 3 and 4. What goes in your mind as a driver when you got to make those changes?
I knew at the start I had to hug the bottom a little bit, and then that yellow helped me because I knew he was coming back to the top. He blew my doors off in the heat up at the top. So we just put it up there and made it happen.
Man, this car was beautiful. This is your second top 4 finish of the season. Who do you got to thank on this Ford machine?
First and foremost, I got to thank my wife. She lets me come out here and do this. My dad, he wrenches on this thing constantly, making it better. My cousin Tate, Alternative Machine Works, McDivitt Electric, Callison Elite Construction, Mitch Brown Construction, West Olive Welding, DWR, Easy Cow Haul. I got a ton of people behind me, man. This is awesome.
And real quick, man, you got to thank all these people up here for coming here and support racing here in Santa Maria.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys for coming out, man. You guys are what makes this happen. This crowd's awesome. It's a big crowd, decent car count tonight, and that's all we can hope for as racers.
There it is right there. Give it up one more time for Colby Quinton. Coming home second here tonight, putting on a show, laying it all on the line. Ricky Childress Jr., man, taking a peek to the right rear of this thing. He's over here laboring a little bit, man. That was a tough run right there, but great battle between you right there, Colby.
Yeah, I was trying to take my time, just trying to ride it out. I figured he was going to stick to the bottom, but once we got to the outside of him over there, we showed our lane early. Yellow came out, and that was pretty much it from there. I could have tried to dive bomb slider or something, but I didn't want to stick him in the door. I got him in the quarter panel a couple of times. Didn't really mean to, but I was carrying a little bit more momentum in 3, and he was better in 1 and 2, and it was just pretty equal up there. Once he got up there, it was, I'd say it's pretty much 100% equal. Hopefully the fans liked it. It seemed pretty racy for being against the fence at Santa Maria. So hats off to Colby. And, man, I really wanted to win this for the Bush family, but just couldn't quite get it done. And we got to keep moving forward, and you never know what's going to happen. So hug your loved ones and just keep digging forward. And most of all, thank the man up above for letting you be here every day. If it wasn't for Jesus Christ, you probably wouldn't be here, right?
That's right. That's Ricky Childress Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Always a fantastic driver, fantastic man. Tom Grisnick, come up here. Did you come home third? Tom, you came home third. Great battle, man. The three of you were going back and forth that whole race long, coming home third. It's got to feel pretty good, but, man, talk us through that battle you guys were going through.
Well, we were just so close together in the beginning. It was really fun to do. Everybody was driving clean, and my car just kind of gave up a little bit at the end. I think I built too much air pressure, but it was really fun racing. I'm sure the fans enjoyed it, and I just got to thank the Lord for being here.
There it is right there. Tom Grisnick coming home in the number 3 spot, coming home fourth. Brooke Simmental. Brooke, don't look at me like that. Get up here. You got a lot of race fans up here. You were out there throwing out T-shirts for everybody. Coming home in the top 4, you're having a word with Terry Henry. You're like, I need a little bit more.
I needed a lot more tonight. My heat race was really terrible, and they told me to drive it like a go-kart in the main, so I did. I slowed it down, and I did a lot better.
That thing looked fantastic. You were up there battling, top 4, top 5. You worked your way forward, too.
It wasn't easy. Very tough.
Who do you got to thank on this beautiful 25?
Terry Henry, most and foremost. My brother for everything he always does. My family for always being supportive of this crazy idea. And everyone else that helps me out.
There it is, Brooke Simmental coming home in the number 3 spot. And you can see him now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our next A main event. It'll be our IMCA Modified A feature. All right, race fans, we are ready for our next 8 main events. We're going to get all the sponsors for all these IMCA Modifieds here tonight. Starting 10th on the outside of row number 5, it's the American Well Control and Safety Victory Circle Chassis. Addicted to Dirt number 51G is G-Money, Gavin Manning. Starting inside of row number 5, this beautiful Elite Mobile Mechanic Services modern well-designed Aero Plumbing number 2S. It is Gay Stickler. Outside of row number 4, he got our victory on night number 1 for the IMCA Modified Division, the Double D Towing, Bannister Racing. Victory Circles Ashley. Team Suspension 151 for Tyler Bannister. Inside of row number 4, In the Quest Inspection Consulting Services, Diane Motorsports, Auto Mart Wholesale number 15F, it's Marcus Frazier. Outside of row number 3, starting in the 6th starting position, the Harris Auto Racing X-Belts brand creative 21 JT for Justin Crockett. Your 2025 IMCA Modified Champion will start on the inside of row number 3, the CMI Crisfield Mechanical 22M for Robert Marsh. Outside of row number 2, out of Salinas, California, the Keith Day Trucking. Number 20, it's Cody Burke. Inside of row number 2, the 46 in machine, the Mid-State Fleet Repair. Twisted Motorsports, number 46, for Doug Haggio. And your front row for your IMCA Modifieds coming from Arroyo Grande, California. The Rock Radios Landscape Solutions, number 2022S, it's Cole Schlauko. And on the point for tonight's IMCA Modified A main event, the West Coast Boring Stevenson Suspension Victory Circle, number 10, it's the Sandman, Rob Sanders. Drivers, start your engines. Life is good. Nice tight formation as they work off a turn number 4. Green flags in the air, 25 lap. Modified A feature. Schlauko around the outside with Haggio side by side, but out front's the 10 in the Sandman, Rob Sanders. Sanders gets the victory circle right through the middle, turns 3 and 4, floats up the hill. He'll lead lap number 1. Haggio working that bottom side. Schlauko in the rugged radios, number 22S. NP3, 3 wide off of turn number 2 down that back straightaway. Cody Burke on the outside. Marsh now chopping the nose of Matthew Frazier, or Marcus Frazier. Swapping lanes goes the 20 at Cody Burke. Here comes G-Money Gavin Manning, the 51G, our biggest mover so far. He's trying to take the 151 of Tyler Bannister with him. Mark down to the bottom side in turns 3 and 4. Great battle going on right now for the 51G of Gavin Manning, Tyler Bannister, and Cody Burke. Throw a blanket over him as they work down that back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Marsh right through the middle. Around the outside is Frazier in the 15F. Then you pick up Gavin Manning working that bottom side with the 151 of Tyler Bannister. Out front, it is all the 10 in of the Sandman, Rob Sanders. Sanders working off a turn at number 2. Down that back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Haggio still in the number 2 spot. Nicole Schlauko rounding out your top 3. Rob Sanders working the top side to perfection in the Victory circle, 10 in as he works off a turn number 2. Able to rotate that car, not solely relying on the cushion over there in turn number 2 as it's maxed out and ran to the fence. Able to navigate that. You can see he's about a groove lower, and he diamonds it just a bit right there. Gets it rotated, pointed straight down that back straightaway, and rockets into turn number 3. Haggio, contact with Schlauko off of turn number 4. Best battle on the track is for the number 2 spot. Here he comes into one off of turn number 2. Haggio's on the bottom side. Cole Schlauko in the Rugged Radios, number 22S in P2 for now. Trying to keep an eye on the 151 machine as well as Tyler Bannister. Tyler Bannister, the 51G of Gavin Manning's battling with the 22 of Marsh. Bannister's 5th. 6th is Marsh. 7th is the 51G of Gavin Manning. As you see him on your screen, John Candy Live. They feature brought to you by CJ's Cafe, Kings Concrete Construction, Mid-State Containers, and Red Chair Barbershop. 10 to go. Make it 15 to go. 10 laps down for the same main event. Side by side goes Marsh as sparks fly off the right rear quarter panel for Robert Marsh. Slider surge from Gavin Manning. He slips up into 6th. Your leader into traffic. Not quite into traffic. I was looking at T-Ban. Tyler Bannister making a move on Frazier. He will slip by and now put his sights on the 46 of Haggio. Looks like the bottom is starting to get cleaned off, but still a lot of speed. Oh, Frazier has to get on the binders big to stay off the rear bumper of the 151 of Tyler Bannister. Bannister now switching up his line. Now he'll go right back. He got stuck. He was going to go to the bottom side and decided last minute to go right back to the top. He makes the move around Haggio. Now Bannister up to P3, but is he running out of time? We'll have 10 to go at the line. 10 laps remaining for the IMCA modified feature. Sandman Rob Sanders, the West Coast Boring 10-in machine, out in front of the field. Schlauko and the Rugged Radios number 22S running him down just a bit the last time by. The difference, 1.3 seconds. Schlauko's on the move. Cole Schlauko not afraid to rip the lip. This time by. The difference, 1.0, 0.2 of a second the last time by for Cole Schlauko. Can Cole Schlauko keep up this roaring pace and run down Rob Sanders? Rob Sanders might be a sitting duck because here comes Cole Schlauko in the Rugged Radios. Oh, caution into turn number 2. Caution flag will fly. Caution out for the 2 of Strickler. Strickler gets it wrong in turn number 2. Bringing out the caution here with 8 laps left to go. So Gage looks like he may not be able to fire the 2 machine. Fire safety en route. So now it will totally erase the advantage that the 10-in of Rob Sanders had over the 22S of Cole Schlauko. But Schlauko was the fastest car on the racetrack at the time of the caution. So Schlauko and Bannister duking it out for the fastest lap of the race. The last time by was the 151 of Tyler Bannister. It's a Gage. There he goes. He gets it refired. Beautiful looking hot rod for Gage. First time racing here the 2026 season here at Santa Maria Speedway. First start in an IMCA modified. The young gun coming by way of the Dwarf Car Division. Looks like we're getting him crossed up behind our leader, Rob Sanders. Don't look now, but Tyler Bannister's already up into the second row. Bannister started outside of row number 4 in 8th starting position. What we might be lacking in car count, we are not lacking in talent. We got some of the best in the business. Former super late model driver Rob Sanders, the 10 in out in front of the field. One of the winningest drivers so far in IMCA modified racing in 2026 on the West Coast. Tyler Bannister. Inside of row number 2, Cole Schlauko. Second year racing the IMCA modified. And the outside of row number 2 as we come back to the green. Bannister down to the bottom side. Rob Sanders around the outside. Tyler Bannister. Drag race down the back straightaway turns number 3 and 4. Trying the middle up line for Rob Sanders. Isn't going to do it. Bannister up to the top spot. Tyler Bannister has that victory circle on kill. Working down that back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. 6 to go at the line. Schlauko. Now he's working the outside of Rob Sanders. He'll get by off of turn number 2 down that back straightaway. Gavin Manning looking to follow. Sanders kind of stuck through the middle. Didn't know the 51 was there because he had the run. Wrinkled up the right rear quarter panel, but no harm, no foul, just some cosmetic damage as they continue to battle. But here comes the battle for the top spot. Schlauko all over the backside of Tyler Bannister, and he puts it in the fence. Is able to hold on and keep it going. Bannister goes back down to the bottom side here in turns 1 and 2. Ripping the lip is Cole Schlauko. He's got to get on the binders hard to keep it off the fence in turn number 2. It'll be 3 to go at the line. Tyler Bannister has the Tomcats tights towing number 151 machine out in front of the 22 of Schlauko, this time by the 1.5 second advantage as they work off of turn number 2. Best battle on the track, that is for 4th between the 15F of Marcus Frazier and Rob Sanders. 2 to go. Tyler goes right down to the bottom side in turns 1 and 2. You can see it's a little bit cleaned off down there. It looks like we might have a right rear tire going down for the 21 JT of Justin Crockett. Has some quarter panel damage that may have cut the tire down for the 21 JT. White flag in the air one more time around. Bannister off of turn number 2 for the final time. Down that back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Bannister with a straightaway lead over the battle for the number 2 spot. Ripping the lip, crossing the line. Going back-to-back, Tyler Bannister picks up the win. Coming home second, the 22 of Cole Schlauko. Gavin Manning comes home third. 4th is going to go to the Sandman, Rob Sanders. And rounding out your top 5, the 15F of Marcus Frazier. He gets it done. He goes back-to-back here at the Santa Maria Speedway. 2 wins in 2 races. It's green, Tyler Bannister. Tyler Bannister taking the 151 machine to victory lane. All too familiar already for that young man in 2026. Made the jump from the IMCA Northern Sport Mod Division and has been dominating the IMCA Modifieds as the safety equipment is coming off. Gavin Manning had a good battle right there, coming home in the number 3 spot. Cole Schlauko coming home second. The Rugged Radio's number 22. Great run for Schlauko. Safety equipment is coming off. Rob Sanders had a fantastic run in the West Coast Boring number 10 in machine all night long. Robbie Clayborne getting the thumbs up for Tyler Bannister. He can hear you now. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler Bannister. Tyler, what a fantastic run indeed. Let's get you to sign the check to make it official. Tyler Bannister. You know how to spell it? All right. He said he's got to practice something. Man, what a fantastic drive, man. You went from the back to the front in this one. What a race right there. You know, we didn't quite have the car count, but, man, stiff competition on a racy track here tonight.
Yeah, all around California, you know. Car count kind of dies. It comes in highs and lows, but, yeah, just like you said, there's always tough competition out here for sure. And, man, I can't thank Santa Maria's crew, and I know Robbie Clayborne puts a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this place on the weekends. And, you know, no one really gives them enough credit for this place, but I think we kind of showed tonight you can run anywhere. You can beat the fence down, or you can run your left front on the berm. You just have to be patient with it. But, yeah, I knew starting in the back I just had to either make moves early on and try to get to the front as fast as I can, or just try to settle in and be calm and just let them come to me. And I think that's kind of what happened there at the end. I was looking at the board praying for a caution, and I think I might have put a curse on somebody, but I needed that. But, yeah, it worked out perfect. Like I said, this piece we got with the Victory Circle car is just unbelievable this year, and we're trying to make little small fine-tune changes, but, I mean, it just keeps getting better and better every time we hit the track, and I can't thank everyone enough on this car. Victory Circle, Chris with Chris Stevenson suspension, my mom, dad, girlfriend Lainey, Dakota was here helping with us tonight. Can't thank all of them enough. Tomcat Industries, Stevenson, I think I already said Stevenson suspension, Double D and Stites Towing, Weir's Machine, Performance Brake and Muffler, Skinnies, Bill Henderson, a lot of people that puts this thing up front. I can't thank them enough.
Well, you have a lot of support because you're one heck of a kid, man. You've been one driver that's always been one to beat in the Sport Mod division. You come up and you're dominating. I don't know if I can say dominate, but, man, how many wins you got so far here in 2026?
I think this made 5 for us. So, you know, just a little run we got. It's 3 in a row, so we're just going to kind of keep the momentum we have. And, you know, if a lot of people know about racing, it's very humbling. You just kind of go with the highs and lows, but when you're on the high, you got to run with it.
Absolutely. These fans are starting to wheedle out, man. You got to thank these fans in Memorial Day weekend. It's a big weekend here in Santa Maria.
Yeah, hopefully, you know, put a show on for them and something they can go home either maybe talking about. But hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's we got Monday off, so something let's do. You know, don't go party too much. You know.
Wise words right there from Tyler Bannister. Give it up one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler Bannister, your winner here tonight, the IMCA Modified, coming home second. Second was Cole Schlauko. Cole, let's get over here, buddy, in the brand creative UPR Racing Rugged Radios, man. This thing is a great-looking hot rod, man. You were up there giving it all you had. You ran down Bannister right there. We just got a little bit too much over there in 3 and 4.
Yeah, it was a great race. It was a great run for us, and I got to thank my dad, Greg, Sonny, and Justin, and yeah, hopefully we have some more good runs.
So how you kind of brand new to modified racing, right? Last year you ran a few races. Is this your first full season?
Yep. Last year was my first full season, but we're finally getting the hang of it, and yeah.
There it is right there. Cole Schlauko, man, a few words. Coming home in the number 2 spot, coming home third. Third was Eric Manny. Oh, Eric's. Sorry, talking about your dad. G-Money Gavin, man, dude, this thing was pretty good here tonight. You were trying to follow the 151 all the way up to the front, but still, I mean, finished top 3 here at Santa Maria's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, we got by Tyler at one point and just gave it up, just missed the bottom a little bit and got stuck in the middle. I really do think we had the car to win tonight. It was just bad line choices here and there, but the car was a rocket ship, and we're going to work on it and get better.
So who you got to thank on the 51G to put you in third place here tonight?
I got to thank my grandpa for everything he does for me, my dad for coming down here and helping us out, American Well Control, Chris Stevenson Suspension, everybody who helps on this thing, Derek Dupay Consulting. He helped us get this new seat. Yeah, I don't know. We just got to be better in the seat, make the right choices, and maybe get a little bit luckier here, and we'll get us a few.
There it is. That's G-Money Gavin Manning coming home in the number 3 spot, coming home fourth. The Sandman, Rob Sanders, man, the West Coast Boring Tin gets home in the number 4 spot. Did you think you were going to hold him off for the full 25 here tonight?
You know, I felt pretty good before the caution. You know, if somebody was going to have to go around me, they were going to have to go below me. The car was a little too tight getting into the corner, so I had to kind of roll through the middle and slide up into the cushion for coming off. So somebody wasn't going around me on the outside, so somebody was going to have to come underneath me, and by then I would see their nose if I felt like the bottom was better. And then the restart happened, and I felt pretty good on the first lap. Bannister got underneath me, and I was like, was the bottom better than I thought it was? It looked pretty clean down there, but it didn't look like it was going to get enough bite off, and he passed me, so I went to go follow him, and that was a mistake because the top really was the dominant line. That 151 car is really, really quick right now, so it's definitely a tough car to beat. I got to thank all the fans for coming out. This was a huge crowd. I have to give a shout-out to Robbie Clayborne because this track is absolutely on point. This is the kind of racetrack you want to be on every week. Kind of get the bottom a little better so you'd have a couple lines. But, I mean, all the other races we watched were absolutely side-by-side racing. There was 3 wide here. On previous nights you just couldn't do that with how rough everything was. But he really figured it out. Track was absolutely excellent tonight. I got to give props to everybody who worked on it and everybody at this track. And everybody's promoting this deal. Santa Maria Speedway, you guys have been awesome. I got to thank my daughter Heather for coming out, Ronald Lookadoo for coming out and helping me. Larry Childress couldn't make it tonight, but he helps week in and week out. Chris Stevenson Suspension, Victory Circle, West Coast Boring, HSR Equipment, and everybody that's involved with this deal. Thank you very much.
That's the Sandman, Rob Sanders, man. He is always an interview. He can just take the mic from me and take this whole deal over. So you're an excellent guy, a great driver. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here tonight at the Santa Maria Speedway. We'll see you next time right here at the Santa Maria Speedway.